You're listening to M.T.V.B. Podcast. Movies, TV, video and board games. This show may contain swearing.
Welcome to a brand new episode of the M.T.V.B. podcast, the podcast that talks about my four favourite subjects as movies,
TV, video games,
and board games.
I'm your host, Anthony, as well as most people know me as the Ant-Man, and welcome. This week's episode, we're going to go back to a soundtrack episode involving movies. It's going to be our top 5 favourite songs made for specific movies. And I'm joined around the table by the guys that love to talk about songs for specific movies. Introduce you around the table, please.
Well, I am now the man with two lists, H.
Yes, welcome back, sir.
Yay.
Thank you very much, thank you.
Hi guys, it's Gal, aka Grey Fox.
Grey Fox, how are you, sir?
I'm alright.
Every time. And it's JK47.
Hey, John Whiff in the building.
John Whiff is in the building.
Woo, woo. So top 5 songs for made for movies, guys. How was this list for you?
Difficult for me. I had quite a lot. Quite
Last minute change up
well,
there.
there was a couple. But I had a big list. It was, I wanted to put them all in it, but
Flying by the seat of your pants.
Did you forget the episode?
Because I was focusing on the other one.
Nah, that's all right. Yeah, so again, Howard, thank you for coming on as always.
Absolute pleasure. Andy.
Absolute pleasure to have you on as always. Yeah, so let's start with the obvious question. Let's try and explain to the audience what a song made for a specific movie is. And anyone explain?
Go G.
One that's heavily, like the song, it promotes the whole film.
Yeah,
that's well, back in the day, it used to play on MTV and like that.
Yeah.
So
Someone's been doing their homework.
Yeah.
no, because that's how most the ones on my list have. That's how I used to watch.
Yeah,
them,
they were.
to,
They were though. Yeah.
to be honest. So
Yeah.
They heavily promoted the films.
Pretty much it, yeah. It heavily promotes it, helps it get into the charts as well as music charts, makes more money for the movie itself. Sometimes follows along with music videos and stuff like that, like you said, to promote for on MTV and stuff, wasn't it? But can you... Sorry, go on, John. No? Oh, sorry. But can you guys remember or sort of notice the first time you found out a song was made for a film? Like, how did you figure it out for yourselves? For me, personally, it was when clips of the film was on the music video. That's when I was like...
That's the biggest giveaway,
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the penny drops and you're like, yeah, I'm so invested in this.
That's it.
A lot of the time the music videos were a mini movie in themselves.
yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, and weren't just telling the story of the movie. There was extra stuff added in as well. I think, for me, I won't say certain examples because they may appear in people's lists. But, it's when you're in anticipation of this movie and you see the music video first and you think, yes, that's the whole package.
It
Yeah,
kinda
too right.
Like sets the movie up. The song sets the movie up.
Especially
for
like
what to look for.
especially like summer season when you, like I said, when Top of the Pops used to be on, and that's when you would get to see the video sometimes, and then you'd be like, "Oh my god, there's a new such and such movie coming out." It's like because again,
that was the first time you would hear.
No internet or anything. We had to rely on magazines and stuff to fill us in with this. But obviously, you can't have music through magazines, could you, or anything? But but that was
my number one. Is like that. Like I didn't know that film was like out, and I was like, is this what I'm seeing? And then,
No way, really?
Yeah, and then I realised that the film's out again, and then.
Or you knew it was out or was coming out?
It was out,
right?
And I've completely missed it. And I was watching the music, and then realised the clips in the movie, in the videos, and I was like, "This looks like."
Okay,
so
I'm intrigued to see what that number one is now,
yeah.
or hear what number one is, shall I say? What about you, John? When did you ever figure out? Let me guess. I reckon it was Prince for the Batman movie, right? The Batman dance.
No.
I'm joking, mate. I'm joking.
No, it was Prince's Purple Rain movie. I think that's what kind of got me into songs in films, because that was, like G said, that was so heavily promoted. It had excerpts from the film in it and everything. And then, of course, you had this teaser where, like, obviously the songs in the film. I'll say some more later on, but yeah.
Sure. Okay. Do you think all movies need a song made for them at all?
Depends on the movie.
Yeah.
I think these days, if it's like a big blockbuster, summer blockbuster, it absolutely will lend itself to it. But there's such a plethora of good songs out there now that even if the movies come out and then they've included something from so many decades ago or something that's brand new, that's only
it
been
appeals to everybody then, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, as long as it it lends itself to the film. I don't think it's necessary, but yeah, I think a big blockbuster is probably where it would work best these days.
Yeah, so that's sort of what my next question was going to go into. Like, do you think a certain genre maybe needs songs made for them to help promote them or anything at all? Like you said, summer blockbusters maybe.
Yeah, possibly.
I'll say it works well for an action film, to be honest.
Yeah. It's exactly what I was going to say. Action, definitely.
Action, definitely.
There used to be a fair share. I mean, I going back and doing my homework for this, I forgot there were songs for Terminator 2 at one point. Like Guns N' Roses did one at one point. So, and Last Action Hero.
But going back to your earlier question, like recent films, they don't tend to do that. There's no like official music.
I think they do, but just not as much now. Like every summer, there used to be guaranteed there's a song for a movie or something, wasn't there? Like someone would do it for something, and we've recently got one for the Barbie film, haven't we? With Dua Lipa. That's sort of like the one at the moment, isn't it? But you think about the last few odd years, I can't think of anything else more recent, to be honest.
That could be because we've grown older, we're maybe not looking out for it as much, and younger people would be heavily into the charts. They'll be into what music was out, and they will be keeping tabs on it. So, we're a big bunch of geeks here. We'll be catching up on the recent TV and movies. Maybe the kids are still doing the same for the films.
But Howard, you're sort of like the same era as me. Like, did you ever like when you had one year? Would you look forward to it the year after? Like, there's a new movie coming out. Do you think it'll have a specific song for it or anything at all? Or?
Yes and no. I think if there was a particular movie that had a song and it was a big hit and we all loved it, and then maybe there was a follow up. I think most definitely. I was about to say one, but I'm not going to say it.
Okay, no, we'll save it for later. That's fine.
I wouldn't.
I'm thinking the same thing, but
on that question, I would say not looking forward to it, but I mean. So you know when they release the music videos and the excitement, the lead up to going before the film comes out, and you continuously watched it on the music video, that excitement always got me for a few of the films.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that was so just every day you were, that's one. I can't wait for this to come out, and you're like, yeah.
And that's the thing with the music videos; they used to be out before the trailers were. So that was like Howard said earlier. There was like a mini trailer for us before the actual trailer came out and stuff as well.
And it was all fresh material. Yeah. So you'd never seen it. Nobody had seen it. No. And that was all you had.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of like my last question is sort of what we just mentioned here about Hollywood not doing it as much. Do you think they should still sort of do it even if it's like once a year or something?
Oh, hell
do you reckon they could?
It wouldn't hurt. I think. No, sorry, G. I think the fact that we entered the pandemic and then came out the other side, and movies took a bit of a dip along with everything else, and it would not hurt in order to get to G people up again. And you used the perfect example of Barbie for this year. I mean, what a phenomenal year for cinema.
This year.
Who would have thought of Barbie along with what was it, Barbieheimer?
Barbenheimer.
Yeah. Who would have thought that those two movies would have been rocking the movie charts this year?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it doesn't hurt, and I think it's a bit of fun. It gets people involved, gets people on board, and also people who wouldn't necessarily go and see a film like Barbie. I mean, I quite like the Dua Lipa song.
I like the song. It's very catchy, and that's what those sort of songs used to be, catchy back then.
Yes, that's it.
That was what drew you to them as well, wasn't it?
Get you hooked, and then you go and see the movie. Like we discussed in a few episodes ago in the last season about TV shows, cartoons that had toys made for them. One always influenced the other. It was designed to sell that thing. If they made some money out of something else, then great. Yeah, I think absolutely do it.
I'm glad you said that because I can get you back on for the kids' TV theme episode.
Absolutely, I'm here. I'm here all week, kids.
I'm pretty much out on questions on that, guys. I mean, I think the rest of the episode, everyone wants to hear what these songs are we picked. So if you've got nothing else to say, then we'll just go straight to the top fives.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it then.
It's time for a top 5.
So as normal, let's roll the dice and see who goes first. Big Gal, over to you first, sir. It's a 17. Someone's going first. You never know. If you get the Hellfire symbol, you go... Oh, no, roll it again.
Right, yeah.
You got the copyright symbol.
Copyright, that's not bloody good.
4, pass it over to me.
One.
Come on, Hellfire.
Go.
3, no, it's all down to Howard now. Here we go, sir.
Go, Howie.
16, Big Gal goes first.
That's
Right.
sure that's not 19.
Was it 16? We're going 16? 16.
Yeah,
With
we
a
go
dot,
down,
yeah.
down.
Right, so guys, obviously, if we don't mention the song from your favourite movie or your favourite movie at all, bollocks, Joe, you should have been on the episode. Number 5.
Number 5.
Big Gal, let's start us off, mate. Hang on. We got my little playlist ready for you. What's your number 5, sir?
My number 5 is Toy Story, You Got a Friend in Me.
Oh, we're starting off with that, are we?
Starting off with a soft.
Nice and soft.
gentle.
You big kid.
This is I was quite surprised when I was looking the research in it. It was actually I thought it was an older song, and then they just utilised. But this one is special for me. Like, it's not just the lyrics. I think the music alone. Every time, in Toy Story 3, it just plays in the background, like
Yeah.
and it just like I don't know what it is, and I think it means more now to me, like because I recently lost a good friend of mine, so and I think it kind of matches, not matches. There's a weird way of saying it, but
You're gonna make me cry now. Don't fucking start.
It does mean a lot. So I won't. The song says it all, and you got a friend in me. So
He'll always be your friend, mate.
And the whole song, the whole film, I think relates to that. The lyrics, what he's saying, and I think it's just a beautiful one, and I think I had to put that on my list.
Nice, mate.
I was close to taking it off. I really thought about it. I was like, nah.
Sorry, whatever was replaced, you can throw it in the honourable mentions, so it's fine, mate.
And I think that's testament to the guy who wrote it, Randy Newman, the performer. He a big American songwriter, and he designed it to kind of. How can I quantify it? He wrote the song, so you thought it was an older song.
Yeah, I thought it was like an older film.
And I think that was deliberate in order to emote that feeling within the context of the film.
That's brilliant. So that's exactly what I thought. I thought, they must have utilised an older song to play in this sort of scene.
But Disney and Pixar, very clever people behind those films. It was absolutely on point in order to do that, and it hit home with you.
And that montage with the song.
Yeah.
So did it hit you more in the first movie or the third movie? You were saying
that in the beginning, not so, because it's weird. Because when Toy Story came out, I felt like I was still a kid, and when Toy Story 3 came out, I felt like I've grown up with the film, and as Andy hands the kids the toys to the other kids.
Yeah,
and the music plays, and it just like I just feel like my life I've grew up with those.
You've grew up with Andy, haven't you? Yeah.
And then I've gone.
Yeah. You're essentially Andy, aren't you?
And essentially, in a weird way, like I kind of have moved off animation, like to like Pixar sort of films in a way.
Yeah.
Like,
they haven't been as good as they have been, have they?
In a way, so it's weird. It's weird. That's
I'll tell you when it hit me more, though. I think it hit me more in Toy Story 4, the opening.
Really?
Yeah, because it's obviously there's this like a sad scene, the moment where Bo Peep goes.
Yeah.
And then it kicks in with You've Got a Friend in Me, doesn't it, at the title?
Yeah.
But it goes through Andy's life, like you just mentioned.
Yeah.
Like him being the boy playing with the Woody and Buzz and whatnot. And then growing up and then passing it on to, what's that little girl's name? I can't remember. Just like, I think that hit me more because, again, it's the realisation that Andy's not in this episode. this sequel. Again, we've moved on now, and, it's like, we're not going to be, it's not going to be the same again, is it?
It's beautiful, man. I love Toy Story.
You sound like the guy from Clerks. It's beautiful.
It's one of the best animation trilogies I've maybe part of, maybe not number 2, but.
Did you ever see Family Guy's version of Randy Newman? No. You need to look it up. It's quite funny.
It's a story about friendship. It's about me.
Brilliant.
Amazing. Good pick, sir. Good pick. I didn't think you were going to go in for
nice
that.
choice.
But nice choice, sir.
From the heart.
Yeah.
John Whiff, what's your number 5, sir?
My number 5 is a song by Berlin, Take My Breath Away. Written for the movie Top Gun.
Nice.
Yeah. What am I looking at?
Everyone's going with soft, sentimental songs. What's going on here? I thought we'd be rocking in like music or something by now.
No, we start gentle, innit?
Why is this on the list, sir?
Right. Let me go back a minute.
Is the movie? You actually like the movie, though?
Oh, well, Top Gun. Yeah.
I liked it.
I mean, it's got a great soundtrack regardless.
Yeah.
It's got a bunch of other songs
Again,
in it, hasn't it?
it's like what G was saying about like the M.T.V. videos and VH1 and in them days. That's basically they had parts of the film in the song to help promote it. And so when I actually saw the video with the song, when I heard it, I thought that sounds quite a nice song. And then when you see the video, you think, oh, hang on a minute, because I like planes and stuff. So when I saw it was written for this film called Top Gun, I thought, oh yeah, I mean, that kind of got me interested in watching the film as well. Then, and then of course you hear the song, and those songs in them days were like 4 or 5 minutes long or whatever, and the video was quite good with it. But then
that's what I miss. You know, songs nowadays are barely 3 minutes long now.
2 minutes,
and it's like probably about 10 words in the songs now, repeated several times.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and then, in those days, people actually knew how to write a song. As far as I'm concerned. But then I'm old, so you know.
Lyrics, you say, John?
Yeah, well, lyrics in them days, they're not lyrics now.
No, they're not.
And of course, then I actually went and watched the film, and I heard the song in the film again, and actually see it in the context with what it was made for.
Yeah.
I liked it even more. So now it's like it's iconic in a sense. You hear that song, and the first thing you think of is Top Gun.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes, 100%.
So not only do you remember the song and who done it and everything, you remember the video that went with the song, and then you remember the movie the song was from. Yeah. And so it brings all of this back.
That song has done its job. Because if you're thinking of that film as soon as you hear that song, then that's it.
That's 100%. It's done. Yeah, it's literally done what it's worth. To go that movie. Then do you ever? Again, I should have mentioned this in the questions, but have you ever heard the song and gone, "I want to watch the movie"?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You ever done that sometimes?
Yeah, I have.
To be like, we were talking about certain songs just now, and you're like, fuck, I want
flashback, and for whatever reason, whatever you've liked the song, you've liked the movie, and the two connect.
Yeah.
It gives you that feeling, you're like, I want to watch that film.
Literally, I was watching the music video just before we started.
There you go, and you realize, damn, I'm going to go watch the movie now when I finish this episode.
Well, in doing a little bit of homework on this for this film, or for this song, there's stuff that's come to mind. It's like because Giorgio Moroder wrote it, and he was asked by Jerry Bruckheimer to write a song for the film. So he first wrote Danger Zone, which he gave to Kenny Loggins.
Oh, okay.
Right? But then, Bruckheimer said he wanted a slower song because he wanted to put a romantic part into the movie between Tom Cruise and Kelly McGillis. So he wanted a song to portray that part. So he gave Moroder wrote the musical backing and recorded a demo and gave it to a lyricist called Tom Whitlock. And the two became acquainted when Whitlock, who was a mechanic, fixed Moroder's Ferrari. And he knew that he was a lyricist, so I said, here's a demo for a song. Do you think you could do anything with it? So he took it away, went home, wrote the lyrics for it, polished it off in his at home, and then gave a demo of the song back to him, and they gave it to a background singer who decided that would be perfect for the role, and it kind of went from there, really. So it's like this mechanic fixed his car is the guy who basically came up with the song. It's just weird.
But what a great story.
Oh, yeah.
And someone else took the credit for it. Fucking hell.
No, he actually did get the credit. Tom Whitlock is there.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say, I hate to tell you, Ed, but that's how the music industry works.
That's true, yeah.
But and what a legendary song.
Yeah. So but apparently it wasn't given to Berlin to start with. It was given to a group called the Motels.
With the Top Gun, so you say when you said how that when you listen to that music, that's what it should remind you of.
Yeah.
Was there? I haven't seen Top Gun. Don't grow me.
Get out!
Seriously,
if you want a movie that talks about questioning Tom Cruise's sexuality, that's what you need to watch.
But anyway,
there was one reason I work at the airport, and that's because of Top Gun.
Really?
Yeah. Seriously.
Wow. Yeah. That's amazing.
That sounds like a commentary corner episode there, Howard.
I'm all over it.
There we go.
I would have thought there would have been like a energetic sort of song to represent like Top Gun?
Oh, there is.
There is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there is, G.
Because when you
We'll get into that one.
Okay.
But Moroder heard the Motels version and just thought they didn't quite do it for him, and he knew of this band called Berlin. So basically, it was given to them, and Moroder has said that of all the songs he's produced in his career, he is the most proud of this one.
Really
Nice.
So
It's very iconic, isn't it? Like you said, it stands out, and like you said, you hear it automatically. Well, for us anyway, it's Top Gun.
Exactly. You're not just thinking of this. You might like the band, and you might think, oh, that's they do a good version of that film or that song. I mean, but you're not when you hear that song now. You're automatically, the video, if you've watched it enough times, the video for that song is playing in your head, and you're also thinking of the film Top Gun that it came from. So it's covering all the bases, really. Yeah. So for me, that's every time I can't hear that song or watch the film without waiting waiting for that song to come on.
Nice.
The two are intertwined.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Good pick, sir.
Yeah, no worries.
Good pick. Let's change it up and rock it up a bit now with my number 5. My number 5 is U2's Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me for Batman Forever.
Oh,
good choice.
It's just such a banger of a tune.
Yeah.
I mean, there were two songs for the film at the time. Obviously, one was a bit more popular. This, for some reason, is going back to what we were talking about with the music videos, Howard. So, I don't know if you actually remember this one. It was very comic book styled, all drawn, hand drawn, and everything, wasn't it? But it threw in clips for the movie. And again, seeing this on Top of the Pops, never heard of the song, never even knew the film was coming out. So to see this, the style of it, and to see clips of the Riddler and Two-Face for the first time, and seeing the Batman swinging on his, from these rope stubs, was just, good God, that 12-year-old Anthony's dick was so fucking hard at that time. It was just like,
oh my
this is amazing. This is like, and it's such a rocking song. It's everyone at the time was like listening to E17 or all that sort of stuff, all that Boyzone, all that shit, right? And then what we used to do for art class, used to be able to bring in music. So what other people would do is they would put those on and whatnot. And then I had my single cassette tape of this song, and it was like, oh, you look at the fucking rocker and all that. No, it's just a banging song, and it's from the new Batman movie coming out. Again, even at that age, I was representing movies. But yeah, that's wholly the reason why I love this song. It'll always be in my heart, this song, because again, it just was an eye opener for music videos for movies and stuff and whatnot, and it got so much more popular after that. I'm sure we'll go into a bit more after that era or whatnot, but I can't deny
it brings
this
out
was
the kid in you, isn't it?
Oh, 100%. And then, again, I would listen to this car fucking full volume, everything, and I don't care what people say about it. It's a banger of a tune. I'm not even the biggest fan of U2, to be honest. I mean, they're okay, but
U2 have peaked and trough, but I think this you're absolutely right.
Yeah, this is one of their highs.
I think so. Yeah. And you wouldn't. It's not a typical U2 song. I think.
No, it's not. Definitely.
But correct me if I'm wrong. I'm trying to think back. The character with inverted commas that Bono plays in the music video is incorporated into the story.
That's right. Yes,
with the clips of the films. Isn't it? So and this sort of goes back to what I was saying about you can include the clips of the films in the music video, but then there's the additional sort of layer of this little story within it.
Yeah, and
that's what made it special.
The type of song it is, it doesn't feel like it's fit for a Batman film either, but it works really well.
But it does.
But it does. And I don't know if you ever noticed, it's got that kind of orchestra music in the background, especially to the very end of the song. That's when you feel like, that's where the Batman is in this song, sort of thing.
It's like you look like I don't think it's in their top 5, but it's the one that we were talking about earlier. Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
It's like you're waiting for that in the Limp Bizkit one. It's like and when it hits, it's just amazing. It's like, there we go.
Could you imagine people that listen to that and don't even realise it's for a Mission Impossible song?
Oh mate, no,
they're fucking weirdos.
Pity these people.
Exactly, fucking losers. So I can't deny that's why this has to be in my top 5 purely because it got me into looking forward to those music videos every summer, or for movies that I didn't even know would have songs for it, and it's an absolute banger. So that's why it's there. Pure and simple.
Amazing.
Oh, hang on. Oh, wait. We've got a Did you know from John?
Shit.
Late 70s, early 80s. Can't pin it down to the exact year. I was living in Ireland at the time. Went to Dublin. I was going on to watch a. I went to Dublin to go to a concert.
Yeah.
So concert wasn't starting till like 10, 11 o'clock at night.
It's story time with JK47.
And as you do, I went to the pub. So we're in the pub. We had a couple of drinks or whatever, and there was a band in the corner playing.
No way. I see where this is going.
The band was U2.
Was it really?
Before they were
Shut
famous.
up.
Yeah, before they were famous.
Was you the guy going, boo?
You
suck.
No.
You suck.
How did you know they were U2? They were called U2? Or
Yeah, called U2 then.
Jesus.
Mate, you were probably the inspiration for them, you know? Like, if you booed him, you'd be like, oh, I'll show that guy with big boots.
No, apparently they played there quite often. And
Right.
they'd been there, like, I think it was 3 or 4 nights or whatever. And they just happened, I just happened to pick the pub they were in.
Oh, mate,
I'd never heard of them before. I didn't know who the hell
Could
they
you
were.
imagine if, like, you know, they had an interview with Bono one time before, like, he dies or something. So, how did you get so big? You'd be like, there was a man in Dublin. He had white hair.
No, ginger.
I don't know if
White, as white as the wolf himself.
No, he's ginger.
And he
remember?
booed us and he threw his Guinness at us and I'll fucking show him.
Oh, dear. God,
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, no, it was
That's a
funny.
brilliant.
Nice. So good did you know?
Yeah.
So, the man with 2 lists. Before you start,
Yes.
what are your lists, sir?
So we have my main list, which is my top 5 favourites.
Okay. Just plain out
Just
favourites,
plain
yeah.
favourites, yeah, and some are obvious, some are not obvious for anybody that knows me. But the alternative list is the top 5 monster hits for this genre. So when I say monster hits, I mean hits that are just so big now that you hear it on the radio every single day. You might not necessarily remember or recall that it was actually from the film at the time, which was a big film. So
Nice. So we'll go with that one first then, yeah?
we're going to go with the monster hits first,
Okay.
and then the main list. And so my number 5 for monster hits is "I Will Always Love You" by Whitney Houston.
Oh,
Nice.
yes, yeah.
This was like number 1 for
It was
ages as well, wasn't
forever
it?
and ever, yeah.
So what film was it for?
So this was for The Bodyguard with Kevin Costner,
It was.
and
Have you seen it?
No.
No?
oh gee,
Is it really good? Someone's been talking about it recently.
it is, and it's good for many different reasons. I mean, I love my science fiction. I love my superhero movies. I love my fantasy and all that sort of action. But I am a big wet blanket at heart, and and it's one of those films where you just get so invested in it, and it is that good that you just can't help but like it. And I think Whitney Houston. I mean, like yourself, Ant, I'm a rocker at heart. And I cross all genres of music, but I think Whitney Houston was one of the most. I don't know how to put it really. She was just an amazing performer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and it absolutely blows this movie away.
And she had a couple hits for this song. It wasn't just this one, was it? I think there was like another one. There was like a scene in the movie where she was in a club and they released that song as well, didn't they?
Yeah,
I can't remember the name of it now.
Yes, you're absolutely correct. You know what? You're right. If you can find it on Spotify, let's play it.
Yeah.
But it had a bit more of a sort of a rocky edge to it, didn't it? But yeah, this was brilliant, and I absolutely loved it.
How did they utilize this song? Was it for a promo? Was it in the film?
So
Because it's weird because I know of this song.
Queen of the Night.
Queen of the Night. That's right.
The Queen of the Night. Oh yeah. Sorry, go on.
No, it wasn't. It was in the film.
Yes.
So
yeah.
is it like a certain scene that they're going?
God Almighty! Yes.
I think it's like at the very, very end because she falls in love with her bodyguard at the end. So that's what it essentially is.
She's this
Okay.
big star. Kevin Costner is the bodyguard. She's under threat, and ultimately it's the story of he's this dedicated bodyguard, but they just end up falling in love at the very end, and it's about. I suppose you could call it unrequited love until the very end, and then they suddenly they admit, this is exactly what it is. So yes, it does. It does at the end, but
and the thing was, the films then when they had the song for it, it was like guaranteed in the charts big time. And I think this was like number 1 for like 9 weeks or something.
It was like quite iconic.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I didn't realise it was for.
Because if you'd been born at the time, G, you would have known it.
But no, when people mention Whitney Houston, this is usually the first song they think. Either that or I Want to Dance with Somebody is usually one of the first 2 songs people think of her. But then, again, like Howard said, people forget this was also for The Bodyguard. And it didn't indicate that until you watch the video. If you watch the video, you see clips from the movie of it. But if she just sang live on stage, it'd be like it's a plain
Oh yeah,
plain old love song at the end of the day.
yeah, and it was just one of those runaway hits, and I've got a few examples of that on my lists. But yeah, this was good.
Good shout, sir.
Thank you very much.
So what's the favourites then?
The favourites, well, it is the one and only Flash.
Oh, nice. Have you seen this, G? I bet you haven't seen this either.
No.
Flash Gordon?
Gee, if you
The
haven't,
original Flash
we're going to fall
Gordon,
out.
Yeah.
I know of it.
He has
Does that help? I know of it.
Why are you on this podcast?
What's your name,
I'm
Nash?
from the new generation.
What's your
Generation
name,
Z.
Nash?
Yeah, he's representing the Gen Z, aren't you, mate? So why Flash, sir?
Well, why not?
Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
This I love Queen, and Flash Gordon, iconic character from science fiction history.
Yeah,
This film in particular, campy as hell. The effects at the time were absolutely outstanding, and I still watch it. To
It's
this
still
day.
good now,
It's
man.
still
Come on.
good, yeah. A lot of people watch it and go, this film is cheesy trash, but I watch it, I believe in it, and a lot of it is down to Queen's absolutely banging soundtrack.
Could you imagine this movie without it?
I don't think you can.
No way.
I agree. I don't think so.
It would not have been as big a hit as it would without
Queen.
Queen. Yeah,
Not
hands
saying,
down.
not saying that Queen made the film, but the two just blended so well.
100%.
The two, yeah. So that's the example of the two cannot exist without each other.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Freddie Mercury and Queen and absolutely everything they've ever produced. But this, because it came out when I was only wee. I was a very, very tiny boy. So years later, a couple of years later, I got the VHS and, mate, blown away.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's one of those songs. So right from the outset, Flash, and it kicks in, and you're.
And it does it right at the start as well, with the
from
credits,
off,
there's everything. Yeah,
there's no hanging about. They get right into the action, and then about 2/3 of the way through, it cuts into the melody part of the song, and it becomes a different song, and it changes again and tells another little part of the story of the film. But it like G with Toy Story, with You've Got a Friend in Me. It instills some emotion in you a little bit.
Yes.
For what is a campy, cheesy sci-fi film, all of a sudden, you've got this range, this full range of emotion in this song, and I just think it's one of the all-time greats.
And the thing is, Queen didn't just do the song; they did the whole score as well, and everything, didn't they?
Score. Back in the day there's another example of this where they did the whole album. So the whole album told a story along with the film. So you could listen to that album. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, and it would tell the story of the film.
And I like when people do that for the film, like Daft Punk did with Tron Legacy. They did a song for the movie, but then they think, fuck it, let's do the whole score for the film. Score. And it's a fantastic score. Come on, it's amazing.
I love Daft Punk.
Right, exactly. And then they got to do a whole movie soundtrack. Like you said, it doesn't mix without it. It needs to be in there.
And they were in it.
Exactly, yes. That's a cool track there when they're in that bit as well. But, John, do you want to hear my Brian Blessed Flash Gordon impression?
Yeah, go on.
Stand by, Hawkman!
Yeah.
Jive! Gordon's alive!
Yeah. Oh, man.
But Flash Gordon, man. You need to watch it, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know how you'll take it, though. It's just...
Commentary corner.
Not just that,
well, we could
maybe.
It probably would make a good commentary.
I'll take it as a...
Let's pop your cherry, mate.
Whether it's you're on your own there. Whether it's your type of film or not, I think that would be a good way to get you into it, and we can tell the story along with it. Right?
I think you need to. It's got to be done. It's one of those you need to watch before you die.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a cult film now, so you got to have watched it.
Oh.
Nice. Let's carry on to number 4 then, guys.
Number 4.
Biggest Geos.
So back to you, sir.
My number 4.
Number 4.
If I can get my list up. Yep. It's 8 Mile, Eminem, Lose Yourself.
Oh, okay. The one he got the Academy Award for as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm a massive Eminem fan. I think he's...
Not just the sweets, then.
Crunch your
those two.
So what movie was it for again, sorry?
8 Mile.
8 Mile, wasn't it? Yes, yeah.
So, I'm a massive Eminem fan. Then when he did his film and he did the soundtrack for me, this is one of my go-to. So when I used to train in the gym and all that, or getting ready for like footies or something, this is what I'd be listening to, and it's just good pump. And it kind of like for me, I don't know the film. It's been a while since I watched the film. I always thought that was his coming up of film.
Yeah.
I know it's probably not related to his real life.
It's an underdog song, isn't it?
Underdog.
Really, yeah.
And I always related to his real story because his, like, before he was famous, quite tragedy. And I always used to depict myself as when I'm listening to it, like, I'm going to come up sort of thing. And it was just a good, just the lyrics and
this is a good example of what Eminem does very, very well.
Yes.
He really gets you invested in the song, in the music, and it builds and it builds and it builds. And by the time it reaches the end, you're like, I'm so into, I'm so invested. Yeah.
He's so good with his rapping game. It's unbelievable.
It's not for me personally, but
I don't think
it's not everyone's.
It's not everyone's thing.
I mean, it's that type of genre, isn't it? At the end of the day, so
it's not a bad song to be.
No, of course not.
It's not
but this was in his peak as well, straight off of Marshall Mathers and stuff, isn't it? So,
and I was with when I was a kid. My first single was it Stan?
Yes, yeah.
So I felt like, again, like to story. I've been through with his sort of growing as he got big, and then when he made a film, it was like everyone's like, "Oh, what is he doing a film?" But the film actually checks out all right. It's pretty decent.
Do you think it's weird how you look back at it when certain film stars go on to a movie, they automatically do a song for a movie sometimes as well?
It's an unwritten rule, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you've got a musician or a singer in a film, it's almost expected of them.
Yeah.
So it'd be surprising if they didn't do it.
Do you remember Pierce Brosnan's Die Another Day?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Madonna has a cameo in that movie.
She does.
So for some reason, they wanted her on the film, but she said, "I won't do the cameo unless I do the song."
Oh, wow.
Oh, so I would have said that was the other way around.
Yeah. No, see?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
There's literally the reason why she wanted to do it. I should have done it. Did you know then? But but yeah, it's weird how sometimes it's like, oh, we want you on, but then okay, but I'm not going to do it until I do a song. Or it's vice versa.
Yeah.
How about I do a song for you as well, guys?
Yeah. It's probably a money thing.
Sorry, I had to put that.
They want to probably earn, by being on this film, and also by making money from their songs.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of expected now. I mean, if you had a big singer, songwriter, or whatever in a film, and they didn't do a song for it, it would be kind of strange, really. I think.
Yeah.
They would have missed a trick.
They might not have. They might not do like the main song that linked to the film, but they might do a song in it. But to get a film and they not do one at all, I think it's kind of odd myself. I think there must be a couple of films where that's happened.
I think there's
I can't think of one offhand, but there must be a couple.
Yeah, I mean, we can look afterwards, but there are films where I think musicians have moved on from their music and they want to be classed as an actor.
Sure, yeah.
So, by this stage, they won't sing because they're like, well, no, I want to be starring in films.
Yeah.
I want to get into my acting. So maybe, I think there are examples that none that absolutely spring to mind at the moment.
No, I need to look into it and see if there is. Or if you're listening, guys, comment below, let us know.
Is it? I could be wrong. Jamie Foxx? Was he a singer?
I think he was an actor before.
He's an actor before,
okay,
and then he pops in people's songs, doesn't he?
Right, okay.
Because he was in Ray, wasn't he?
Oh, that's it.
That's it. Well, he didn't know that he was blind.
Well,
Hey! I should have put the in there. But yeah, so it was like you're a big fan of him at the time. It was your training video at the time. Would it sort of still pump you up now if you started doing training again and whatnot?
Yeah, I'll still listen to it regularly. Not like on a weekly basis, but once a month I'm still before work even. Just like
to get pumped up to deal with fucking passengers.
Walks down to the X-ray like
he's in the crew room,
it kind of
imagine you standing there going
Mom spaghetti.
That's it.
Runs down to the X-ray like the Ultimate Warrior.
But yeah, I'm a massive fan of that. It's one of my favourite. I think it's probably one of the top 5 music from him.
It's in your top 5, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Nice shout, sir. Good choice. John Whiff.
John Whiff.
Back to you, sir. Your number 4, please.
My number 4 is John Parr's Same Out Was Fire.
Oh, okay. Let's have a listen, shall we?
This is John before he goes hunting.
It's a good film as well.
This is John before he goes out in the pool. This is the montage of him getting ready.
Yeah.
So why is it number 4, sir?
Again, I like the film anyway.
Yeah. There's a lot of stars in that film when they're like kids and stuff. Weren't they?
Yeah. Well, what I didn't realise, obviously, until I started looking into it, was that the amount of people, like artists, that appeared on the track. And I didn't know this.
Okay.
Until I've only just kind of like found that out. You've got members of Toto, members of Oreo Speedwagon, Mr. Mister. They're in the video. They're all in the video, and I think they had some little bit of help with doing the song, you know. But John Parr, when he was writing the song, he didn't know what to base it on, because although he was writing it for the film, he wanted to have a basis for the film, for the song itself. So he was, again, if Joel Schumacher had done the film, he was given. Where is it? He struggled with the inspiration for the lyrics, and David Foster contacted him and showed him a news clip about a Canadian athlete called Rick Hansen, who was, at the time, going round the world in his wheelchair to raise awareness for spinal cord injuries. So he used this guy and his strength and his effort into what he was doing as the basis for the song. And he actually features in parts of the video, and I have a funny feeling there's parts of it in the film as well. The music video, and then
it's been a while since I've seen that film.
But same here. I haven't seen it in years. So, but
like a really young Demi Moore in that movie, isn't it?
Yeah. Apparently, he re-recorded the song with new lyrics, but then went back and kept it how it was. He decided that the original way he'd done it was better, so he stuck with that one. But apparently, it was in Deadpool No Good Deed in 2017, and 2018 Spider-Man's Into the Spider-Verse, and when Conan did a stint at Largo Theatre, it was used as part of a running gag. So there's little elements. Although it was made in the 80s,
so it keeps popping up as a cult classic, if you will, sort of thing.
So it keeps coming up.
It is. It's a timeless song, and a great film. And again, I mean, because I listen to a lot of radio when I'm in the car, and the stations that I listen to play a lot of music like that. And I think it whether you know the film or you don't, if you do know the film, and interestingly, I didn't know it was Joel Schumacher. I thought it was a John Hughes film.
Yeah, because Molly Ringwald's in it, isn't it? So it's like, you automatically think John Hughes, don't you?
All those typical typical actors. But it just gives you flashbacks to the film.
Joel Schumacher, he did Batman Forever.
He did?
Yeah.
So did you see him in the pub in Ireland as well?
No.
He was hobnobbing with him last night.
When they were putting the music video together, because they used all 7 of the main cast in the music video, and when they were making the music video, they only had Parr for a single day before he had to go back to England, so the shoot had to be done in 24 hours. Wow. So when you look back on it now, you kind of think, you don't think they did all that in 24 hours.
And that would have made for a fun shoot, wouldn't it? Because you think, we've got a time limit. We absolutely must bust this thing out.
And the end of the video shows Parr singing to each cast member from the film before he disappears into the night, and then the cast follow him. That was how it ends.
What, in his wheelchair?
No. The inspiration. That's where he got the inspiration.
I'm joking. Nice, good picture.
So,
the film's called the same, isn't it? So,
same.
Yeah. Nice. Anything else on that?
No.
Right, we'll move to my number 4. My number 4 is Huey Lewis and the News' Power of Love.
Oh, yeah.
So, again, instantly when you hear it straight away, you know what it's from. Obviously, from Back to the Future, or made for Back to the Future. I'm going to kind of cheat on this one because I want to put Back in Time as well. Again, that's a cracking one. But if I had to pick between the two, Power of Love obviously win that. Reason it's on my list is that this is essentially my go-to feel-good song. Anytime I'm down, I'm depressed, I'm sad, or something else, I play this song and it just gets me back up. It gets me pumped up, ready for the next thing, sort of thing. You know that line in Rocky when he's like, you
Take what you get and you hit and you keep moving forward.
That's what this sort of song is for me. You know.
Well, that was accurate.
Yeah, right. Good. You see my lip drop as well at the same time. But yeah, that's why this is on here. And of course, I love the film. I can't imagine Back to the Future without Huey Lewis and the News. I mean, they probably could. Listen to this, man. Just fucking feel good. This is one of those songs that you need a convertible for. Blast loud down Route 66 or something. Fuck yeah. This is awesome. But yeah.
Or just Crawley Ave.
Or just Crawley with the shitty speed bumps every so often on the road. But yeah, man, I love this song. It'll always be a big favourite of mine. The fact that it's on a movie is a actual bonus as well. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, you know, someone could tell me I'd be dying cancer next week, and I'll play this song straight away. I'll be feeling good the next minute. It's that important to me that
it's all about you, isn't it?
I know, it's all about me, fuck's sake. But you know, that is, it's simply why it's on here. I remember rocking this out to, you know, when I was a kid, the first time I heard it. It's never been, you know, I'm fucking sick of, you know, when you overhear a song too much, you know. I'll never overhear Power Love. No. Play that shit every day. That'd be one of my top 5 Desert Island songs.
That's what some music does it to. You can still continuously, even on a loop, you're like,
yeah,
so good.
So yeah, short but sweet. Everyone knows what Power Love is, so that's why it's on there. Howard's.
Wow. Well, so the top 5 monster hit at number 4 is Everything I Do it for You.
Nice. Yeah. Here we go. Mm-hmm. And what movie was it for, sir?
So it was, of course, for Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, from 1991.
You got a thing for Kevin Costner at the moment, haven't you? So we got Bodyguard and now we got Robin Hood. Got to have songs from Waterworld in a minute.
Or The Postman. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Costner. I don't know. I mean, he was a big star at the time, because I was growing up, and these films they have an influence on you when you're sort of growing from a kid into your teens, and they make a mark. And I mean, it was Robin Hood. You know, you can take your Captain Americas, you can take your Iron Man, all of the modern day sort of heroes, but classic heroes like Robin Hood.
And that was our Marvel films back then, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, they were. And what an amazing film. You know, the most pinpoint accurate British accent ever known to man from Kevin Costner.
Canadian Robin Hood, yeah.
But the film was great. But yeah, the song, what a monster runaway hit.
It was such a hit back then.
The UK charts for 16 weeks.
Yeah, it still holds the record, doesn't it?
I believe it is the all-time record holder for a UK number 1. I think I'll have to go back and check, but I think just behind it is Meatloaf.
I will do anything for love.
I'll do anything for love. Yeah. But I won't do that. Yeah. So brilliant. And as John was saying earlier, Bryan Adams, what a great singer.
Yeah, and again, he was massive in early 90s, wasn't he?
He could do no wrong. One of my favourites as well. But yeah, for a monster hit, and a song that you still hear on the radio today. And I think, although it's not something I probably would go, do you know what, I'm going to stick that on and, you know, cry my eyes out. But it's something you hear on the radio, and instantly you're sitting back, you're enjoying it, you're thinking about the film. And I
was going to say, does it make you think of the film?
It does, but it not necessarily a song that people would relate to.
Of course not, yeah.
Which is why it made the list, but yeah.
Nice. Bryan Adams. Good pick, sir. So what's the actual favourite then?
Number 4 on my top 5 favourite list is Ghostbusters.
Nice. Let's have it. Yeah. See, people don't know this was made for the movie. Yeah. People think this was like the thing for the TV show or something, and then went on the film, didn't they?
Yeah. But it is, yeah. So, Ghostbusters, Ray Parker Jr.
Oh, that's so good.
What a classic, eh?
It is.
80s!
Forget your 90s, June. No.
This is still catchy as fuck, though, for an 80s song. Come on.
And everybody knows it, and everybody sings along to it. And it's worked its way, I think, into every walk of life. It's a cultural phenomenon, a cultural hit. Yeah. And it's much like Power of Love. It's one of those, you cannot listen to it and not sing along and not get up and have a bit of a jig
and not know what film it's from,
and not know what film it's from, and not enjoy it. It absolutely.
I always thought the music video for that was so funny.
It was very good.
That's with the actual actors as well, isn't it?
Funny little move. Oh,
they do that dance down the walk of New York, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which a lot of people, cosplayers, use, don't they? When they
that's right.
they do that move when they walk down the halls of
so
Comic-Con and stuff.
And again, an example of scenes in the music video that aren't necessarily in the film.
No.
Oh.
So
I did not know that.
Remember, well, you see movies now. They see stuff in the trailer, and you're like, it's not in the film. They've done it well before that. Then.
Yes, sometimes that's down to, I think they do the initial audience reaction, so when they test it out to audiences, and if they like that, then they'll include it. If they don't, then they withdraw it. So sometimes you'll see the trailer, it goes out to test audiences. They don't necessarily like that element of the film, and then they'll change it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, what can I say about the song? What can I say about the
Classic.
film?
Nice,
It's
is it?
Ghostbusters. Yeah.
Makes me. Oh, God, I'm gonna watch the movie now.
Well, you're sitting there with a T-shirt.
That wasn't intentional. Honestly, I didn't think everyone was going to pick
I watched that. Was it Ghostbusters Afterlife a couple of nights ago? And you know what? That is a bloody good film.
It is a very good film.
And it's quite funny how they.
I like it.
I like it. Yeah. How they bring the three of the original cast back, obviously, because one of them's dead.
Harold Ramis went.
But he's in it as a ghost.
He is.
They've wrote
Spoilers.
I know. And then, but you think you see the four of them, and they keep bringing up like that video that they did in the film where, have you seen a ghost? Call us.
But the song kicks in right at the very end of the film, doesn't it?
It does,
because you see Actor 1 driving into New York, and then the song kicks in.
So there you go. So they could have gone with brand new music, a brand new song, but no, they didn't.
No.
It is endured the test.
God, do you remember the Fall Out Boy one for the women's Ghostbusters? That fucking theme they come up with.
I'm still waiting for a sequel for that.
Get the fuck out, you piece of shit, Gen Zero.
There's the door, piss off.
30 years told me we're doing another one, but I'm still waiting for a sequel to that film.
I'm still waiting. But yeah, Ghostbusters, what a classic. Good pick.
Yeah,
good,
banger.
very good pick,
Absolute
mate.
banger.
Let's go back to number 3 then.
Number 3.
Over to you, Biggest Gills.
Just going to say we're going deeper underground.
Oh,
okay.
Are we now?
Very well done.
What's Deeper Underground then?
Godzilla.
Oh, it's your actual pick, is it? Oh, sorry, I didn't realise that.
Okay.
Yeah, this
It goes on for a bit, and on carry on.
This again, I think we were going back. I think it was one of your questions, or we were talking about this film was heavily promoted, wasn't it?
Big time,
So
yeah.
it's like everywhere you see, you just see this green eye. And then, I love this song. I don't know. The emotion I get from this film, this song, I don't know. It's just excitement. It's a lot of mixed emotions, and then there's one point where you just relive the whole film at a certain point when I'm listening to it. It's just like, it brings back a memory at a certain point, and I still am waiting for the bloody sequel.
You mentioned that in the commentary corner. Yeah,
fuck.
Can we just talk about the music video for this thing, right? He obviously months before, was it a month or maybe a year before, he released Virtual Insanity, which has a
one of the
stonking
best
music video
videos of
ever,
all
right?
time. Yeah.
Everyone still looks back today, still thinking, how did they do that, right? But then you look back at this one, it's like, how the fuck did they just top Virtual Insanity's music video with this?
Doesn't it
is
start in the
horrendously brilliant?
in the cinemas, and he's like in the cinema, and then he's like.
So all the stuff is coming out the screen, isn't it? So all the cars are flying out, all the water's coming in and everything, and he's just standing on the seats and stuff.
Mixed with scenes from the film as
so
well.
So good, man. It goes heavily themed with the film. It's promoting and stuff as well. But it had other songs for it, didn't it, that film?
Yeah, so it had the P. Diddy one.
Yeah. Come With Me, wasn't it?
Which is... I think this one's more epic. I think
opening goes on for like 40 seconds. It's crazy.
And I think if I've listened to the P. Diddy one recently, I don't think it what's the word? I don't think it's.
I don't think it's good, but I don't think it's as catchy or.
Yeah. No. And if what's the word? I can't.
Rhythm based or
something. It pops because
a little bit now.
Yeah, because it's a good song, and as Ant said earlier, it was taken from another mega hit from many years ago. But with Jamiroquai,
it's just that.
Oh, there's a name I haven't heard in a while. Jeez,
it's that. It's just catchy, and it's just like
it sticks. It's like a blessed earworm.
Yeah.
But do you get, when you listen to the song, do you get excited about the song or is it about the film? Because I liked the Godzilla film when it came out. I don't look back on it fondly, though.
Do you know?
No,
I
no.
loved it.
That could be an age thing. I don't know, because I love the old Toho Godzilla.
I knew of Godzilla, but this was my first Godzilla.
Fair enough.
So
no, that's fair enough.
And I know a lot of people kicked off. Oh, it doesn't look like Godzilla. I loved it. I loved the whole design of it. I loved the mole bit where there's little.
I don't think it's as bad as people make out. I
Well
think
done.
No. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong; it was very well done. But I think now we live in this universe of alternate universes and alternative versions of stuff, and it's now acceptable. So, you know what we're like. We're very fickle. So when Phantom Menace came out, everybody hated it.
Oh. But how dare you?
Like Simon Pegg burning his collection.
Yeah.
But now we love it, and I think I'm saying I don't look back on it fondly, but I think it's if I was to watch it again, I'll probably enjoy it. But that's what I'm saying. Do you when you listen to that song, do you think about Jamiroquai and the song?
I think about
the movie more.
The movie more.
You do.
Like the scenes where he's...
I mean, not being funny, I don't picture you a Jamiroquai fan, so I'd probably say the movie would hit you more than the song, yeah.
I relate to the movie.
I see him in a big woolly hat.
Go around beating people up after clubs.
Oh, man. But again, like, this was a huge blockbuster. I think going back to this...
I think this got to number one as well at one point as well, so...
And again, like, nowadays, thinking back now... or recent, there hasn't been that much excitement for a film. Not just everyone talking about it. I might be excited for one or two films coming up, but for that, I was like you walk past Blockbuster, there's a massive poster over an eye. Yeah. You watch a TV advert.
Oh yeah, I mean the hype, the hype that was built around that. So you used the perfect example of the eye on the poster. It was a bit like Independence Day.
Yes,
the marketed the hell out of it. It was very clever.
And they don't do the same.
So was this for you? Realised that there was a Godzilla film coming out, or did you know it before the song?
I knew before the song.
Right,
okay.
Then
after I got it, I was like, oh, this is the actual soundtrack, and I was like, oh, this is really good. And I knew of the P Diddy one. I got to say, I like both of them, but now
this is I prefer this version personally.
One, but yeah,
nice.
Oh, and also, I think the eye was is it hologram?
It was. I remember that.
Do you remember the Independent one?
But Independence Day wasn't it? Because it had the White House.
Yeah, and it exploded.
You turned it and it blew up, didn't it?
Was it lenticular?
Lenticular, that's it.
I used to go out of my way to get lenticular.
Yeah.
I think I had like
quite clever how they would put the two images in there.
It was.
I had a Lost World in lenticular when it had the symbol and then you do it and then the T-Rex head pops out. Do you remember that?
Wow, I had the one where you get it from the cornflakes where the T-Rex, you know, the
that's it. Yes, cornflakes. The stuff when it was never a choking hazard back then.
No, I think you got to fill it out and send it off, and then they'll.
No, I'm just referring to when they used to have toys in there, and even though they were wrapped up, how did people choke and shit like that?
Because they were dumb, man. Jeez.
It was like massive bike lights and stuff like that. So do people not
bike like the Batman
big spoons.
Big spoons, yeah, exactly, yeah, heat resistant spoons. Remember that?
Yeah.
It changes colour in the bowl of milk.
Oh,
Howard, they were the days, mate.
Oh, take me back.
Yep.
I mean, Tazos I can understand in Walkers because it's like the same size of the crisp, but come on, fucking spoon change on that. We're going off topic anyway. Good pick for that, sir. Number 3 is Deep Underground. Yeah. Nice. Sean, what's your number 3, sir?
My number 3 is Purple Rain by Prince.
Ooh,
from the film, from the soundtrack for the film. So,
from Purple Rain.
Yes.
Purple Rain.
So why is it on here, sir?
Well, at the time, I had just come to England, and I was working in a place, and I was staying in renting a room in a flat, and the guy that there was big into his music.
I can just picture this as like a montage. So you're describing this as it goes with it.
He was big into his music. He had these big, massive, like 4-foot speakers and off the floor, and he was massive into Prince. And he was playing. This was like the new album, and he was playing this thing. And I just kept listening, and I really kind of got to look. Listen to them all, and then I realised it was from a film, and so that led me to watch the film, and of course, then like I say, we had M.T.V. and VH1, and you see the video, and again, like with some of Ghostbusters and stuff, the whole lot just rolls together. And I loved his album. Went out and bought his album.
I can't see you as a Prince fan. I'm quite surprised.
I'm a massive Prince fan at the time, and I still like Prince now, but I wouldn't say I'm as massive a fan of him now as what I was then.
He's just not producing music like he used to.
Maybe, not from
that
this side of the world.
Sorry.
Brutal.
Yeah. Yeah, and I like the song, I like the album, I like the film, I like I like Prince himself. So everything was there in one this great big package. But again, doing research for this now is I found out things about this song. Sort of a did you know? Let me find it now.
Is it a sort of, or is it actually a...
it is in a sense.
He wasn't in Ireland, was he?
Fuck it. We'll have it.
Right.
I'm loving John's level of commitment to this.
Right.
Reading off his phone, yes.
Yeah, of course.
Well, yeah. The actual song of Purple Rain, Prince wrote it as a country duet with Fleetwood Mac and Stevie Nicks.
Oh.
And I didn't know that because this is before it was released, obviously. It was originally written as a country song and intended to be a collaboration with Fleetwood Mac singer Stevie Nicks. According to Nicks, she received a 10-minute instrumental version of the song from Prince with a request to write the lyrics for it, but she felt overwhelmed by the task. She later said she listened to it and got scared. I called him back and said, I can't do it, I wish I could, it's too much for me. Prince then asked his backing band to try the song. I want to try something before we go home, it's mellow. And according to Lisa Coleman, Prince changed the song dramatically after Wendy started playing the guitar to accompany the song. He was excited to hear it voiced differently. He took out the country feeling from it. Then we all started playing it a bit harder and taking it a bit more seriously. Played it for 6 hours straight, and by the end of the day, we had it mostly written and arranged. But the meaning of Purple Rain, he said, was red and blue equals purple. So Purple Rain pertains to the end of the world and being with the one you love and letting your faith or God guide you through the purple rain. And God was the B-side to Purple Rain. So that's where he brought them in that. But to him, it sounded like a song from Journey, like the sort of music that they would do. So apparently he contacted Jonathan Cain, who was with Journey, to ask him to listen to it. He was concerned it might be too similar to their song Faithfully. Cain had written that song. Cain reassured Prince by saying that the song only shared the same 4 chords. I thought it was an amazing tune. I told him, man, I'm just super flattered that you even called it. Shows you're that classy kind of guy. Good luck with the song. I know it's going to be a hit.
And it was.
And it was. And the film and the album, the whole lot. And when Prince gave his last concert in 2016, it was the last song he played.
Well,
and then he
send
died,
off.
And then he died. He died a week later. So yeah,
and another iconic movie poster.
Exactly.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
The big purple suit.
Do you know what? I'll be honest. I've never seen the movie.
You've never seen it?
I've never seen Purple Rain. I'm not the biggest of Prince fans. I mean, I was affected by Bat Dance, so I never really went back and into it.
What have you got against Bat Dance?
Oh, mate. That fucking music video. Of all people that could have done the soundtrack. But hey, no, I've never seen it. Is it worth watching it? Or
I must confess, it's one of those films that I have seen, but if you was to ask me the content of the film, because it was 1986.
Is it just him singing all the way through?
84.
Is it just him singing all the way through? I mean, is it Prince? Right, I'll ask. Is it Prince's Moonwalker?
Prince's Moonwalker? No.
Thank fuck for that.
He plays.
It has plot.
Yeah, he plays that song at the end of the film.
Yeah,
and I think it's something like 11 minutes. This song goes on for like 11 minutes. There's so much to it. But he was like a very flamboyant singer and dancer anyway. So you can kind of like imagine how that end of the film would be.
He was an all-round performer.
Yeah. Well, I used to like watching him and listening to his music and stuff like that. I'd still listen to it now, and I still like the songs now, but I'm not obviously not as big a fan anymore.
Nice. Good enough pick to go on your list, though, mate. We'll take it. Yeah. We will take it. Anything else on that?
No.
Right. My number 3, Was going to be a clash with Howard, but I'm going to change it now. It was going to be Everything I Do For You.
Okay.
But I would have just ended up repeating what you said. I mean, it's an absolute banger. It was amazing. A big part of my childhood as well. But I've just realised the one I'm going to swap it with is the reason it's on there is because it was the first one where, as a child, I was noticing that these were songs for movies. So I'm going to put this in instead, as it was going to be an honorable mention. But I thought, no, let's do this now. It's going to be more better to go on there. It's Bobby Brown's On Our Own, which is the song for Ghostbusters 2.
Oh, right.
Yes. 80s again. Yeah. Sorry, guys. We're picking so many 80s songs.
Well, nothing wrong with that.
Oh, what a tune.
I must admit, I haven't heard that in so long.
Yeah. It's this bit when it goes... So this is one of the songs that I realised was for movie. It's also the fact that I carry Ghostbusters 2 as one of my favourite sequels ever. Mm-hmm. I don't give a shit what people say. Everyone loves the first one. I love the first one, but number 2 is a bit of a place in my heart. But the fact that this song goes with, well, as you can hear, it's catchy as fuck. It still holds out to this day. Again, I was that kid that saw the music video. And again, there's a Ghostbusters 2 coming out. I mean, when did this happen? Because... it was a massive gap between 1 and 2, wasn't it? Like 5 years or so?
So 84 to about, 5 years.
Yeah, good. Yeah, at least 5 years. So when it was like, oh shit, there's Sigourney Weaver's back and there's Bill Murray and all that. Oh, they've got proton packs. And now, oh shit, now there's pink slime in this one. Because it was green in the first one, wasn't it?
Their characters were very, very stylised on the cartoon as well.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, because we had more Ghostbusters in between, didn't we? So it was such a mind blower at the time. And I believe it was one of my... what was the singles size for records back in the day?
12-inch? No,
not
7-inch.
7-inch.
7-inch, yeah. When you had to put the bigger circle in the middle of it to play it.
Yes.
Is that the one I'm thinking of?
Yeah. Right,
So that was one of my... that was my first ever, movie song single, and it was on record. That's how old this fucking song is. Again, when Bobby Brown pops up in the movie, I don't know if anyone notices it, but he pops up in it, and you hear the song in the background. Mm-hmm. But did you know? Oh, hang on, fuck! I forgot to do this. Did you know that when they play at the end, at the very end of the movie, they're all celebrating on Staten Island, on Liberty Island, aren't they?
Yeah.
And they, the Statue of Liberty is back in place where she is, and the camera moves out, doesn't it? And you see a whole big island, and there's flags of Ghostbusters with the Ghostbuster symbol on it. Okay. Right. Now, did you know that in the cinema version, right, those flags actually had the ghost going 3.
Oh wow!
No, yeah, I've noticed that.
So, because obviously the poster for this,
remember that or not,
the poster for this movie was him doing the 2, wasn't it? Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah.
But on the cinema version, it had the ghost doing 3. So they were going to announce the third one was coming. But they've gone back and changed it now. I think they've digitized it out on the newer release, on the new version, like the 4K and everything. So the only time you saw the real Ghostbusters 3 poster was at the end of Ghostbusters 2.
Right. Oh, wow.
And it was just like, oh my God. Because I fucking love Ghostbusters 2. When I saw that poster, oh my God, number 3 is coming out. Oh my God.
But to me, that new one, Afterlife, to me is number 3.
That is essentially 3,
Skip that
piece of shit.
The third one,
what you're talking about.
Forget that one.
Yeah, that never happened. What are you talking about, John?
Exactly, yeah.
But yeah, what a banger of a song. Again, it's one of those feel-good, groovy type sort of songs.
And I think there's even a line in somewhere he goes, it's like they're back in town or they're back or something like that.
Bring on the proton packs on the back of these streets.
And you're just like, yes, the Ghostbusters are back.
Exactly. It goes so well with the theme of it. And
it just punches right in the face.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, Bobby Brown was married to Whitney Houston.
Yeah,
he was. There's all these 80s great hits of all these people all together connected. But what can I say? I can't say any more about it, really. That's why it's got to be my number 3. Was it number 3 we did? Yes. So let's go to Howard's number 3. Let's go to the...
So, my number 3 for Monster Runaway Hits is Gangster's Paradise.
Oh, yes. Coolio, wasn't it?
It was.
Let's find that. There we go. Now, come on, G. I know you've heard this.
Yeah, 100%.
Represent, brother. What film was it for, sir?
It was for a film called Dangerous Minds in 1995, which was Michelle Pfeiffer.
It was, yes.
Now, not a film that I would say I would go back and sit down and watch. And when I hear the song on the radio, I don't instantly think of the film. So this is kind of representative of this list. A good film. I mean, I like Michelle Pfeiffer, but yeah, Coolio. At the time, I was To say that I was big into a range of music at the time, and this wasn't the sort of thing that I would have really picked to listen to, but this was kind of an entry point for me into this genre of music. Because, like yourself, I was big into my heavy metal, I was rock, and because my parents are like classical and things like that. But this kind of gave me that insight into this new world of music, and about a year later, I think it came out on VHS, and I watched the film then. Great film, great story. Tells the story of a teacher who goes. I think it's the Bronx. You'll have to correct me.
What's the film called?
It's
Dangerous Minds.
Dangerous Minds.
Oh, okay.
She plays this teacher, this well-meaning teacher who goes into this rough area of, I think it's New York. Again, you'll have to correct me because I don't know the film that well. And she's got this class of misfits, and they come from tough upbringing, and they've
gangster
got
wannabes and
stuff.
stuff.
They've got it really hard, and I think life expectancy is pretty low, and she wants to do her best for them, and she actually turns them around. Gives them a chance to go out into the world and make lives for themselves, not just what society is expecting of them. And this song, I think when you married a song up with the film, it all makes perfect sense.
Yes, yeah.
It does.
It goes with it, but like you said, every time I hear Gangsta Paradise, I don't think of Dangerous Minds. No. I think it's just Coolio, a 90s banger and whatnot.
Song.
Yeah. Which is weird because he died last year as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Very suddenly.
I've listened to this.
And you never knew it was for a movie?
No.
Well, there you go. That's why it's on the list.
That's
why it makes the list. It's a good example, mate.
Yeah.
Nice. So what is the actual favourites for
the actual favourite? Well, now, anybody who knows me quite well knows that I love a certain genre of horror film.
Nice.
And this is from...
I need to get on Spectacular, for fuck's sake.
This is for my most favourite horror film of all time. And it is a song called Man Behind the Mask by Alice Cooper.
Nice.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You're with your baby.
I don't think this is it?
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, this is it. Yeah,
Is it?
yeah. So, Alice Cooper, who I absolutely adore. What a showman.
Is number 6 your favourite one?
Number 6 is
Yes, that's my favourite. 100%. Yes, mate. I fucking love 6. 6 is amazing.
It kicks ass for so many different reasons. So the film itself, so it's the immortal Jason Voorhees in Friday the 13th Part 6. He's resurrected from the dead by Tommy... what's the character's name?
Tommy. I can't remember.
Tommy.
Tommy.
He's grown up Corey Feldman, isn't he?
He's a now grown up Corey Feldman. He's still tortured by this event that happened to him several years previous, and he wants to. He believes that he can put Jason to rest because he knows that he's this undead dying monster. So he raises him from the dead, and then all carnage ensues once more.
But I love that opening. It's so very Universal Monsters opening, isn't it? Like the lightning bolt brings him back and stuff.
It's cinematic, and this film's got the horror is there, but it's got more of a humorous edge to it, and I think that's why I like it.
Yes,
because it is well acted. There's humour, there's horror, and it's a great little story.
Good bit of gore in that one as well.
And a nice bit of gore for those that love it. But this song, so I knew this song before I knew the film, because of Alice Cooper, and I didn't know that it belonged to this film. So this was a nice little surprise because I loved Friday the 13th. I loved Alice Cooper, and lo and behold,
peanut butter and jelly sandwich, man.
Yes,
goes well. But what a movie,
I can see that G's just staring at me blankly.
Have you ever seen any of the Fridays?
No,
Friday 13th.
I've seen
the first one.
Probably seen the first one.
Okay. Well, that's fine. No, I won't instantly kill you on the spot. But an amazing series of films and another banging soundtrack.
Again,
that movie, man, it even rips the piss out of James Bond at the beginning, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yes, where he walks in, he slashes.
That's it. He walks past the eye.
Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely
It's
brilliant.
so good.
So many reasons to love that film.
And it's got quite a cool, because it's on the RV. They're listening to that song, aren't they? And
That's
it comes
right.
over and he does that shot when he's standing above the burning.
Oh, what a great
RV.
scene!
Big time.
Where it flips on its side, and it's a great action scene.
It's so good, man.
Yeah.
Love Six is my favourite. I'm so glad there's a number 6 favourite guy out there.
You can't not love it. I mean, there are some of the other films that are really, really good in that series. For those of you that know Friday the 13th, at the time I was a big fan of Jason, and my friend, my best friend, is a big fan of Freddy. So we were. It was always Jason versus Freddy. Jason versus Freddy. And then along came Jason versus Freddy, and I remember sitting down in the cinema.
Did you sit with him through that film?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I'm going Jason, Freddy. And I said no. I said my guy wins, mate.
Yeah.
I just got this gut feeling that my guy wins, and because at the end of that film, he walks out of
With Freddy's head. Yeah,
Freddy's head. Freddy gives a little wink. Yeah, of course he does.
But I think he's essentially the winner, though, isn't he?
Yeah, so Friday the 13th is a great series of films, but this song in particular, and it tells a little story as well. Gives you an insight about what Jason is and a little bit about this film.
Nice. Good shout,
Alice
sir.
Cooper.
Yeah, big time, mate. Oh, that's so good. Again, it's 80s again. What's going on, guys? Right, come on, Gal. Number 2. Let's go higher.
Number 2.
I think I might have to elevate you guys.
Oh, I like what you did there.
Lyrical gangster.
My number 2 is Tomb Raider with the U2 Elevation.
Nice.
Oh, yes.
Oh, this is...
A second entry for you too.
It is,
Yes.
yeah. It goes up a little bit.
Again,
Nice. So why is it on here, sir?
come on, man, Tomb Raider.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, mate. I was fucking hyped for this film. I mean, Angelina Jolie is Lara Croft. I was there. Day one.
I think we all were.
Young man's wet dream.
Big time, mate. And then when she done the side boob shot in that movie, good God, I was back in that cinema straight after. It's like, come on.
And that was more
See it
acceptable
again.
side boob.
Exactly, yes.
Mate,
It was.
just that what a casting. I know we're going off topic, but it's one of those ones where you grew up playing that video game and you hear it's a game, a movie's coming out. You're like, what?
Yeah.
And you know, at the time, I think I fancied Angelina so much.
Who didn't?
No, but the soundtrack for that movie itself has got such a like Chemical Brothers and Basement Jaxx and
But this is the
all
one
that
that
on
always
there.
stands out for me. Though.
But this was the one that was for the movie. It had a music video, everything for it, didn't it? At the end of the day, but
it was just them on an airport, I think, and then just the music
and just starts blowing up in the background, doesn't it? Yeah.
And there's the wind just it's so good. But I can't remember if there was a story to it though. Like I think they must have showed clips of Tomb Raider, but again, it was that.
Oh yes, there was. I swear there were bits like they took themselves and put themselves in the movie. Like when she winks at them, they wink back at her and stuff like that. Yeah, it's kind of bit cheesy.
I'd
But
just like to say, Anne, can you not talk about blowing up airports?
sorry, yes, should be saying that at a time like now, especially.
Yeah.
But yeah, I this is such a banger. You two are good at doing movie songs at the end of the day. Let's face it. Come on.
Yeah, and it goes so well, to be honest.
He does actually.
It
Yeah.
does.
But do you like the film though?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do you think of the film when you hear this song, or do you just think it's a YouTube song?
For some reason, I picture them on the airfield.
No, does it make you think this is a Tomb Raider song?
No, it doesn't.
No.
For some reason, I don't relate it to, like, just like the Godzilla one we were
Sure.
talking about. When I think listen to it, for some reason, I'm thinking of Godzilla. But this one, it's just I see more of the cast playing in the music video. I see the music video.
Is that
more
because you expect this kind of level of epicness from U2? So this is just their norm. So maybe you're thinking more about U2 because this is what they deliver.
I think for me, I think I just differentiate the music video, and when I listen to them, I just see the music video more than Tomb Raider. It's weird.
Then you watch the music video and think, oh, Tomb Raider.
Yeah, because she is in the music video as well. So
even now, I'm thinking of it. All I see is them, all of them on the strip, and they just.
I don't know, man. I'm thinking of it. I can just think of that side boob.
Maybe I haven't seen.
Do you know what? In fact, I am actually going to watch this after this episode. I don't care what anyone says. I'm staying up late for some side boob.
Oh my god!
I'll put it on the M.T.V.B page. Anything else on that, sir?
No, just side boobs.
Nice. Good shout. Right, John, number 2 for John Whiff, please.
John Whiff's is Shallow, Lady Gaga, from the film.
Good choice.
Star is Born?
Star is Born.
Yeah, let's hear it then.
Yeah.
Is it another Slit Your Wrists sort of song, is it?
No. I mean, I'm not like. This is the thing, right? I'm not a Lady Gaga fan, but
this film's been remade like 4 times now.
This
isn't
is
it?
the 4th time it was been made. Yeah. So I wasn't bothered about the film as such because I've seen the original, and I don't think I've seen the 2nd or the 3rd one. But there was something about the song. I think I was in the car one day and I heard it, and it wasn't on loud. But as I'm driving along and I listened to it more, I kind of turned it up a little bit, and I'm like, do you know what? I really like. I didn't know it was Lady Gaga singing it. I could hear it was a man.
It's Bradley Cooper as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I didn't know who was singing it. It's like I do like my music. The song will appeal to me. I'm not necessarily looking for only certain songwriters or anything like that. If I like a song, I use like Shazam, and that tells me who it is and so on. And then I'll look them up on Spotify and so on. But I heard this song, really, really liked it. Got home, I knew it was called Shallow, but I didn't know who, because now they don't tell you, oh, here's a song by Lady Gaga, which is what they used to do in the old days. Now the song just plays, So I didn't know who sang it. So when I got home,
that's what Shazam's for, isn't it?
Yeah,
now, just to like, oh, quick, what's this song?
So I've gone home and I've looked up on Spotify Shallow, and I see it was Lady Gaga, and I thought, Lady Gaga didn't sound like Lady, because it didn't sound like anything Lady Gaga had done before.
Not her typical style.
No.
So did you know it was for the film?
No.
Okay, right.
So when I typed it in, typed Shallow into Spotify, and it came up Lady Gaga, Bradley Cooper, film, Star Was Born. I thought, oh, okay. So then I went on YouTube, like the old days we used to do with M.T.V. and whatever. Now it's all bloody YouTube, isn't it? So I typed it into YouTube, and I saw the video for the song, and I was just like hooked. And I thought, I really, really like this. I've got to watch this film when it comes out. And then I found out it was the 4th in line of the films, and I went to the cinema and watched the film. I think we've had before. It's one of my favourite films now.
Yes, you highly rated this very much, didn't you? Yeah.
I went back to the cinema. I liked it. I liked the song so much and the film so much. I went back to the cinema the following day and watched it again.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's high. It's quite high up there. And like I said, I don't know why. There's just something about it. It's like you said. It's not her typical kind of music.
No, it's not.
And I knew of Bradley Cooper from like American Sniper and stuff like that. So I didn't. But I thought, what, he's singing this song?
He directed it, didn't he?
Yeah, he's done a really, really good job on it. I mean, the song is in the film 3 times.
Yeah.
And it's basically, the basis behind the song is, it's kind of like explaining their relationship, because they kind of like fall in love with each other. And he's got quite a turbulent life, because he's like this country star, and he's big into drink and drugs and stuff like that. And
fucking rock and roll, man.
And she's this newbie that comes in, and he takes a shine to her, and he likes this song that she does, and they end up singing this thing, and she then becomes this big star. And of course, if you've seen the film or not, whether I won't say how it goes because that'll be spoiling.
Why is it always when the woman comes along and just ruins it for everyone? Seriously,
that's life.
Yeah, big time, right?
But I liked the film. I liked the song. I haven't really listened to anything else that Lady Gaga has done.
So does it go well with what it's meant to signify in the film?
Yeah. Because it's mainly about.
I'm guessing she dumps her.
Yeah, I bet she does.
It's mainly like when they fall in love. It's like
she doesn't need him anymore. She's got money now.
Yeah, they're in the deep end, which is part of the song. Let's take this relationship further, sort of thing. Yeah. And this is basically what it is. They're going. They come from the shallows into the deep end and so on. It's just one of them things. If I hear it now. It takes me straight back to the film and her singing it and Bradley Cooper singing it with it, and it reminds me of the old. I used to watch Frank Spencer going back a long, long time ago and Michael Crawford, and when Andrew Lloyd Webber put Phantom of the Opera together, And he said to them, "My leading man is going to be Michael Crawford." Everybody laughed at him and said, "You're having a giraffe sort of thing." This guy does, Frank Spencer. He's this incompetent fool. How the hell can he be like your leading man? And he said, "Just listen to the guy." And he had done singing before, but of course nobody knew this. So this is a sort of similar thing for me with the film. It's like you got this guy Bradley Cooper, quite a good actor. I didn't even know he could sing. And then Lady Gaga herself brings out a song that I actually like. And I don't really rate, because she's not on my list of favourite singers.
It just goes to show she can do different stuff and still like it,
This particular track, for me, worked with the song. The whole lot works together, and it just gelled. And I liked it.
Nice, mate. It's a good pick. Yeah. I'm glad you didn't read off your phone for that as well. You can tell this was from the heart, so it's nice.
No, like I said, I had a couple of them already, so
I'm with John.
I had to add two. I had three. I had to add in two. So
I'm with John on this one. I'm a big wet old fart. Yeah, I'm a big old romantic when it comes to songs like this, and possibly for similar reasons. It just songs like that really hit you sometimes, and you don't know why.
No,
you don't know why. Maybe it's tapping into an old memory or something. But the fact that it's now gone and made you watch the film, and you've loved the film, and it's done its job.
It's done.
Yeah, exactly. Two days in a row, mate.
Lady Gaga. I mean, I love Lady Gaga. I think she's absolutely phenomenal. But so she's done something different and introduced you to something that you wouldn't necessarily have gone for. But
nice. Good pick, sir. Anything else on that?
No.
All right, we'll move on to my number two. My number two is a 90s song, Okay, so let's go to the 90s.
We've gone from 2018, whatever it is, back to the 90s.
Back to the 90s now. So 80s are gone now. We're going to go 90s. We're going to go 1997 with Will Smith's Men in Black.
Hey.
I thought you were going to say Wild Wild West.
Come on, man. What a banger.
I know. Yeah.
What a banger. Yeah. And not only was this so huge in 1997, the movie was as well, and what it represented, and boosted that movie even more as well.
Heavily promoted again.
It's one of my favourite music videos at the time as well, because it was like the whole he dances with an alien. It was obviously CGI'd and stuff, but how they did it and stuff back then for 97 was quite there's budget to this fucking video. Let's put it that way. But again, suits with it very well. It's sampled from Patrick Rushett's Forget Me Nots, isn't it? And done with a jazzy, funky, catchy as fuck rhythm to it, and then at the time in the 90s, Will Smith was obviously pumping out banger after banger after banger. Not necessarily for films, but Big Willie Style and Miami and stuff, and then throws out fucking Men in Black, and it's like
even as Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince,
absolutely.
He's always been that.
So I mean, obviously, Wild Wild West was 2 years later, which was going to be an honorable mention. That it was no way going in the thing, but it's a catchy song though. Wild Wild West is pretty good. I have to admit,
film, but good track.
But
Wild Wild West.
I remember there's another version of this song at the end credits of Men in Black, and it's essentially a longer version, but not so much of Will Smith's singing in it. So it's more of the beat to it, and it kind of goes well with the end credits as well at the end. So that's another reason why I kind of stayed at the end of the cinema, just for that extra beat of a banger.
Do you remember the music video where it just zooms out and then it's this alien looking at a marble of it zooms out?
But then there's obviously the lyrics go so well with the theme of the movie and stuff, and how we we're here to save you and all that sort of stuff, but you'll never remember us and all that. It's just come on, man.
It tells the story.
Yes, it does. Yeah, it tells the story what M.T.V.B is essentially what they do. Then you've got clips of the film and stuff. Again, it was another movie that I wasn't even aware of was coming out because Will Smith was doing big summer blockbusters, and then you got this silly little sci-fi thing which turned out to be one of the biggest summer hits of 97 at the time, wasn't it?
I still remember being huge.
It was huge, mate. I remember our old Crawley Cinema, there was lines around the block for this film. Seriously. Well, even Independence Day was even bigger. Like, you couldn't get a ticket for a month when that movie came out.
It was all over the bus, everywhere.
Crazy, mate. Crazy. Then you had the cartoons and the video games, everything for it.
Everything followed, didn't it?
Yeah.
Just a big marketing giant.
But 97, this banger would not get past you at all. Everyone knows about this, and everyone, it was in your face through that summer.
Yeah, definitely on MTV and all those.
And I'm kind of gutted because like it came out, and then 2 weeks later, Event Horizon came out, and it got overshadowed because of Men in Black.
Shit.
So I'm kind of gutted that he never really got
I
that.
like Event Horizon's a good film.
It's creepy though.
Yeah,
But still good.
but yeah. Can't deny Will Smith had to go in there somewhere,
Good
but not
choice.
Wild Wild West. Men in Black. Howard, back to you, sir. Number 2.
Number 2, we have got the monster hit of "We Don't Need Another Hero" by Tina Turner.
You don't need another. 80s, baby.
Yeah, I know, man.
What film was it for?
It was Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome,
Nice.
1985, the third Mad Max.
What a film.
Which she was in, right?
She was.
yeah.
She
Tina Turner, yeah.
I use with inverted commas. She played the villain,
Right.
but. For anybody who hasn't seen the film, watch it till the very end because it all sort of
There's
turns
more
on its
to
head.
it,
Yeah, more to it.
2 man enter, 1 man leaves.
I'm right back there again when he said that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it just, your impressions are absolutely
Sorry.
smashing.
Good, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was Tina Turner impression, by the way. No, sorry, Howard, carry on.
So a monster hit. We all know it. It plays on the radio today, and that's why I've included it on this list. The title of the film is mentioned in the song, but again, you don't necessarily know that it goes to a Mad Max song. This was one of those films that because every Friday or Saturday, my dad used to rent a VHS from the local VHS shop.
Yep.
Not Blockbusters, I'm afraid.
No. I don't think there was a Blockbuster.
No,
then
there
at the time,
wasn't.
was
It wasn't Little Independent. This was one of those films that we rented, and everything about it just absolutely hit home. The action of the film, and it was the right genre, and Mel Gibson was great, and Tina Turner was awesome, and I knew who she was at the time. And then this song played, and again, the complete package. Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, I didn't know it was a song for Mad Max till a few years ago. Like an 80s album came out and it was on there. And it said From Beyond Thunderdome. And I didn't even, like I said, the lyrics are in there.
They're in there.
But I didn't even click.
No, because it's such a great song, and you're listening to it and you're enjoying it because Tina Turner just blows you away with every word. And it's only when you think, well, what the hell is this Thunderdome? Why is she talking about Thunderdome?
Yeah.
But,
Thunderdome.
you watch the film and think, right, well, yeah, you've just explained the plot of the film.
Yeah, because she blasts that fucking chord. It's so good, man.
Yeah. And Tina Turner, what an amazing singer.
Absolutely. Again, recently passed away as well, didn't she?
Yeah.
So what was the actual pick, sir?
So for number 2, and I know John's going to love this one, it is Danger Zone by Kenny Loggins.
Hey! Sticking with the 80s, gal. Come on, baby.
You can't watch a Top Gun movie and not be so hyped for that song.
Oh, I mean, Top Gun, baby.
This is why you work at Gatwick.
So as previously explained, I absolutely adore this style of film, this type of genre. But as a young boy, I mean, I was so impressionable, and I wanted to be Tom Cruise. For no other reason than he epitomised, I think, what a hero should have been at the time. And planes, mate. You know, who doesn't want to fly?
Please tell me you had the jacket, the glasses.
Not then,
come on, man.
Not then. But it was very heavily it influenced my later look.
Yeah.
And I do have a stylised leather jacket with aviators because of this film.
Wow.
And absolutely 100% the truth.
And going back to what you were saying about Limp Bizkit's, because obviously Tom Cruise wears a leather jacket and glasses. I went, as soon as that movie came out, I went and bought a leather jacket. I bought sunglasses. I couldn't even drive at the time, so I was just rocking down the streets to pretending I had a handgun in my jacket.
The cool kids were driving by. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that dickhead there. What a loser. 18-year-old doesn't have a driver's license.
Say what you want about Tom Cruise, but he is a very good actor, and he plays his part so well. And like John will attest, I mean, what a film.
Maverick, isn't he?
Maverick. Yeah. And everybody knows Maverick and Goose and Iceman. And this is one of those. This is in my top 5 films of all time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Whoa. Spoiler for that episode then.
I can give you, if we ever do that, I can give you 1,001 reasons why. But yeah, Danger Zone, as soon as it kicks in, I mean, right from the off, and it builds, and you're invested. Do
you think it brings Top Gun up as soon as you hear it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. And any 80s compilation album that you hear now, it's on it.
It's on it.
It's on it,
It's
yeah.
on it. And probably with
Most likely Berlin as well.
Berlin. Yeah. So there you go.
Your view on the new Top Gun
Yeah, I was going
Maverick?
to ask you that.
So I absolutely adore
Yep.
Maverick, and I'll tell you why. So it's one of these very rare examples. I love Top Gun, and I will defend it to anybody who doesn't get that beach scene.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like the volleyball. Yeah.
Yeah. The girls will watch it for a reason. The boys will watch it for a reason, and then you get certain individuals going, "Oh my god, it's so gay."
There's lots of gay stuff in that, dude. Come on.
Yeah, totally. It was the 80s, man.
But they were the 80s.
Well, yeah, he just accepted it. It was just one of those things. But so Top Gun is an iconic film, but Maverick tops it.
Whoa!
I think Maverick tops it for the last half. I don't know what John's going to say about this.
no.
The last half an hour of that film of Maverick. So the film ends. And then it goes on for another half an hour. And then there's this extra scene right at the end that you wouldn't... Because I thought, this is going to be probably... I'm loving it, but it's going to be quite predictable. And then it goes on for another half an hour and introduces this with this last... And I thought, do you know what? That's just pushed it above Top Gun, because that has something that Top Gun doesn't have.
Yeah. I like the bit with... Because we had this already, and I brought this film up. And I liked... Obviously,
wasn't it emotional moments in movies, wasn't it? Yes.
Emotional moments in movies made me cry.
Right.
Was when I was doing some digging for the episode, and I found out that Tom Cruise basically turned around to him and said he will not do Maverick unless Val Kilmer is in it.
Right.
And of course, Val Kilmer has this really, really bad. He's very ill.
Throat cancer, isn't it?
Yeah,
throat cancer.
yeah.
So they were then thinking, well, how the fuck are we going to write him into the film? He can't really speak. He can't really do much. And it was Tom Cruise's idea to have him, because of the time difference between the films. They said that we'll have him. He like be an admiral now.
Yeah.
And he's worked his way up. And I just loved the scene where he's with him and apparently, it's like when Val Kilmer speaks to him, he says very, very little in the film because of his illness. And he was saying after when the film was over, he was saying that the amount of pain it was causing him to speak, but he felt he had to say something, and so it's like when he basically says to Maverick, like, "I've got your back," and that really
I know what you mean.
Because I love the first film, and so that scene for me, in a sense, has elevated Top Gun Maverick slightly above Top Gun for me.
And
I just thought,
it is the superior
what a
film.
fantastic way to It's basically hold
It's kind of like
the producers to ransom and say, let's go, let's do it. But
Jesus, you two, get a room.
I'm actually enjoying the passion.
I could be your wingman.
It's kind of like a love letter, really.
It
isn't
is,
yeah.
to the first film.
Yeah.
And
There's iconic moments, there's bits of music.
Yeah.
There's so much in it that keeps reminding you of the first one. If you've seen the first one, obviously.
Because Iceman technically is the best pilot, the better pilot. But the film is about Tom Cruise and Maverick. But that to do that for not only Val Kilmer but for the character of Iceman, that's that whole respect thing that you see at the end of the first Top Gun film.
Yeah.
But I mean, going back to the song, So whenever I hear Danger Zone, I'm that 7-year-old boy again. Watching Top Gun, loving it, and it did influence me for the rest of my life.
Did you feel like it should have had the sequel sooner rather than later?
I don't think it was one of those films that required a sequel.
No.
And at the time, because now I think we go, that film was effing awesome. That blew me away. It needs a sequel. I think that's something we come to expect now. But back in the 80s, it wasn't necessarily the thing.
Yes.
And Top Gun stood on its own for so long at the top of everybody's lists.
20 odd years or something.
And I think
nearly 40 years.
And I think sometimes it's better to have that gap between sequels. Especially like in this example, because it might not necessarily have been the better film if they'd have just done it a couple of years after.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I totally agree.
It's like the moment he had that person had the throat cancer. That has technically made your better.
Because I knew of this when when we were putting the episodes together, I didn't know. Like I said, I watched Top Gun Maverick, not knowing that, but I went in enjoyed it so much, really, really loved both films together, stand really, really high. It wasn't until I was doing the background for the episode, that I realised, actually, hang on a minute, that this has got a little bit more.
Yeah,
there's a bit more to it.
It has got depth
so,
to it. Yeah. So for this gay 80s film, it spawned a fantastic sequel.
Yeah.
So much so.
I want to know from
That it's even gayer in the sequel.
is it an actual gay film?
No, it's not. No, not at all. No, not at all.
There are hints in. People are just over exaggerating it.
You can read anything into anything.
Exactly.
And if it is, fine. If it is, then so be it. But I think in the 80s there were just certain things that there were certain. He was a good looking actor.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? And
it's not done on purpose or anything like that.
Because of the way that they looked and they were big at the time. And this one
Which
scene,
is what
people
they
go,
did.
it was about a gay metaphor. I love Maverick.
Sword fight.
I love Maverick so much that a little plug. I'm going to go and watch it live at Gatwick Aviation Museum.
Nice.
I want to see that.
If you can get tickets, mate, go and see it.
Nice. When they doing that?
A couple of weeks' time.
Nice. There you go, John.
So open air music, open air cinema.
There you go. You can both be wingmen.
You and me, John. You and me.
Yeah, definitely.
With your leather coat.
We've got to bring our jackets.
My leather coat,
We've got to bring the jackets in the shades, man.
Oh, yeah, you have to. It's part of us. Anyway, so there you go.
Good choice, sir. Really good choice.
Very good choice.
And obviously, you've touched a nerve on John there. He's holding in that.
We'll talk later.
Yeah.
Nice. So come on in, Gal. Let's have the number ones.
It's number one.
Bring it home, sir. Where's yours from?
It won't be the 80s, because,
Right.
you know.
So my number one is going to be out there. So it's
Doesn't matter.
It's out there.
Slipknot, My Plague,
What? For what movie?
Resident Evil.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
But I just love the bit where it just goes all like, it's different from. Well, anyway, I love this track.
Right, but why is this number one?
So back in the day, when Kerrang was out, do you remember?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember Kerrang.
It's still around, isn't
Still
it?
running to the
I don't know. I
stone.
haven't watched. I don't have those channels no more. So me, Goku used to sit down and watch all these videos, and then he used to love Kerrang. I wasn't heavy into rock at the time, and this used to come on this track, and not knowing, I think Resident Evil must have come out a couple of months ago, and I watched
This bit.
Yeah, I love this bit. I always love this bit. It's my favorite bit. So I've watched this video twice now, and there's moments in it where you see like the main character of a film. I'm like, okay, and then you see like a zombie dog, and I'm like, what's this? What is this? I don't know if they even show.
Yes, because clips from the film were in the video, weren't they? Yes.
I think they might have showed the umbrella, but I didn't clock on the first time.
No, you wouldn't know, would you?
Yeah, and then the second time, I was like, what is this from a film or something? And then later on, I clocked on that it's from Resident Evil, the film. And I was like, what? When did this come out? And I think Goku didn't have a clue about it. But I was just like, oh my God, this actually made my favorite game of all time into a movie. So from then, and I went and watched it, and then obviously the soundtrack as well. It kind of got me into that.
Did you go watch the movie straight after?
Yeah. I think it was like really late. I think it must have come out on like DVD by then.
Oh, wow. So you missed the cinema stuff. How the fuck did you miss that?
I completely missed it.
Call yourself a gamer. Jesus. The internet was there around,
I completely missed it. But I did own it on DVD or Blu-ray.
Because you had your fucking Hewlett Packard at the time, wasn't it?
Yeah, the brown one, the beige box.
with the Apple sticker on it.
God, that was a funny episode. Jesus.
But I've since then I've gone not heavy into Slipknot itself, but I've ventured into
That type of music. Yeah, because of that song.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, so yeah. And it was a song for a movie as well.
Yeah.
How awesome is that?
Yeah.
But now you're into like your Limp Bizkits and all that sort of stuff now.
Yeah.
Teenage Dirtbag.
Yeah.
Metallica and all that.
Metallica, yeah.
Not as much as you guys, but I give that sort of music a chance now.
It's good that something's...
Yeah.
But that's got you into it as well.
And something heavy like that as well. Like I don't know if you've ever seen the video. These guys are crazy. The way they look.
Oh, Slipknot. Yeah, I mean they've got
a drum guy who's like on. He's got like 4 drums, and he's like literally on his fours and like was like, the fuck? It's proper creepy, man. Like, but
That's what stood them out, though, from the rest, wasn't it? There was the masks and everything, wasn't it?
They've got their brands.
Yes.
You see those masks and you know that's Slipknot.
yeah, apparently, each one for each season or whatever they do.
And the lead singer, Corey Taylor, he's in those documentaries we watched on the In Search of Darkness.
Yeah.
He's big into his horror films, 80s stuff as well. Yeah,
he's on QI quite often.
He's an amazing, human being. That bloke has got.
I mean, I like him.
Mouthful of knowledge.
I'm not a Slipknot fan, but I like the guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you say, he's big into his horror, and he's on, like I say, he's on QI and stuff like that.
His movie knowledge is incredible as well.
Yeah.
But no, but did you know?
Remembered.
So before Easter eggs were a thing in movies, Easter eggs used to be a thing on DVD menus. Do you remember this, Howard?
I do.
So on the DVD for Resident Evil, if you go to special features, there's like a keypad on the corner.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
with all the numbers on
I've
it.
seen this somewhere.
Yeah, and you type in a specific code that's in the movie. And when you type in that code, the music video comes on the DVD.
Wow, there you go, mate. Yeah.
I think you told me about.
Did I tell you this before? I couldn't remember or not.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, that's a cool, nice little Easter egg there. Because it used to come with trailers and music videos and stuff, and then when it was on there, it's like, oh, it is, but it's hidden within.
I used to love that about DVDs.
Yeah.
Bonus content.
Don't do that anymore.
No, it's very vanilla now, isn't it, nowadays? But then physical media is kind of going out in a way, isn't it?
But how retro? I mean, we need to bring it back.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Anything else on Slipknot's My Plague?
That's it.
Nice. Resident Evil 2003?
2003, yeah.
Nice. All right. John, you're number one, sir.
I'm taking it back to the 80s.
Yeah.
This is the part when you're going to go, no.
Come on, say it.
No.
Don't You Forget About Me.
For what movie?
What was it?
Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Story, yeah.
That's all right.
I'm thinking John. I'm trying to think of John Hughes. Who's done it?
What a song, mate. What a tune. And a great movie as well.
Yeah, brilliant.
And did you know?
Oh, hang on.
Might as well get this out before I start ranting.
Yes, have it.
They were the concert I went to go and see in Dublin when I saw you two in the pub.
No way. Was it really?
Yeah. Anyway, so now back to what I was doing. They were putting together an album for the film, and they couldn't come up with a song to promote it, shall we say. So they wrote this guy. Who was it? Steve Schiff, right? Wrote the song for Simple Minds, but Simple Minds refused to do it. They said they didn't want to do it. So he's offered it to Brian Ferry. He declined because he was working on an album of his own anyway. Billy Idol turned it down. They even sent it to Corey Hart.
Okay.
Sunglasses at Night.
Sunglasses at Night.
Well, no, they're good. So and he turned it down.
What a prick, that bloke. I can't stand guys who wear fucking sunglasses in a terminal. You wear your sunglasses at night? What an arsehole.
But in the end, Simple Minds decided that they would do it. They made a couple of tweaks to it, and it is the song that it is today and everything. So, but there's a story apparently behind it. It's to do with, if you know the characters in the film, you got the introvert.
Yes.
And you got the bully boy.
The basket case, the jock, and the brain.
And it's apparently the film is to do with their friendship. Because they become
friends at the end,
They become friends in the film. And the song the song is kind of their way of saying, right, well, when we because they're in detention. So they're basically what the song is saying is that when we come out of detention and we go back to school tomorrow, remember we're still friends, even though you're this bully boy and I'm, we've bonded, sort of thing. So that's why I just love the film. I love the film. I love the song. I love the band. I'm a big Simple Minds fan anyway.
Yes.
And I didn't know that Corey Hart and them had been offered this. I always thought Simple Minds wrote the song themselves.
Well, but a band of that calibre, you'd expect it.
But apparently the reason they turned it down the first time was because it wasn't their song. Right. It was written by someone else. And they said, no, we prefer to do our own stuff. And that was why then the bloke kind of like, oh shit, okay, well I've got to find someone to do it now. And then, so then, like I say, he was offering it to all these other people, and they turned it down. And in the end, Simple Minds said, well, I tell you what, give it back to us, and we'll tweak it a bit. And it's what it is today. So yeah.
And you couldn't imagine anybody else singing.
Oh
that
God,
song.
no. Like you say, I hear that song now. Going back to what we said earlier about the videos and stuff. The music video had parts of the film in it. So I'll listen to that song now, and I've got I can see the music video playing and the film in the background.
Do you think of the film when you hear the song?
Oh God, yeah. First thing, obviously, it's Simple Minds because you know who's singing it. But then immediately it's the song, it's the film it's from, and all that sort of thing.
And back in the day when we had M.T.V. for the music videos.
Yes, exactly. And now it's all bloody YouTube. But yeah, I think you should bring back like some M.T.V. or VH1 or something like that, because they were bloody great.
VH1 was the alternative to MTV.
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing. It's another thing gone because of streaming and Spotify and stuff now, isn't it?
Damn you!
I remember. Do you remember a TV channel called The Box? That's when you can request the video songs, and you would sit there waiting. Come on, my one's next. My one's coming next, and you never know when yours was the one that picked. Was it? It was
you are number 57 in the queue.
Yes,
Oh my God! Yeah.
Is MTV still?
MTV still goes.
Still running. It's not like it used to be.
No.
They produce a lot of TV shows now. They still do like their award ceremonies and stuff, but it's not like Howard said. It was like it was the channel back in the day to watch.
All I used to put on. It's funny now because you look at kids, you go, "Are you watching that bloody shit again?" But that's exactly what our parents used to say.
I was just going to say,
MTV again, fuck's sake.
My daughter's 19 and she listens to these. She listens to some music. I hear her like when she's in the bathroom, she's having a shower or a bath or whatever. I'm thinking, the fuck is she listening to? Yeah. Which is exactly like you say, like our parents were thinking, what?
But we can't be hypocrites and sit there and say, exactly. Why are you watching
and I must admit, my first thought is, what the bloody hell? And then I'm thinking, I'm sounding like my dad. And you just think, I'll just let her get on with it.
It's come full circle.
Yeah, it has, I tell you. Jeez. But yeah, no, that's my number one.
That's a really, really
nice,
good
mate. Very good pick.
I do like that film.
I couldn't believe that was them that you were going to see, and you saw U2.
Yeah, I know. I went at the same concert. We had the Waterboys, who then became big as well. Yeah. Lloyd Cole and the Commotions,
right?
They were big already at the time. Simple Minds obviously were the main act because they were the biggest band at the time. But there were a couple of other groups there. And I think U2 were coming along, but I wasn't a U2 fan. We just happened to go into the pub and they were playing, and I thought, they sound quite good. But of course, in them days, they didn't have likes of Shazam and Spotify and stuff like that, So and then I found out that it was a group called U2, and I kind of got into them, and I liked some of their music, but I'm not a fan of them now. Do you know what I mean? I've moved on to other things.
You're the reason they're famous, John.
I am, yeah. I bought them a pint. No, I didn't.
Threw it at them. Yeah. Get out. Be off with you.
Yeah. Get out.
Anything else on that, sir?
No, that's it, mate.
Nice.
Yeah.
My number one is going to be Techno Syndrome's Mortal Kombat theme.
Ooh, okay.
Now, a lot of people get this confused with the video game. This was not for the video game. This was actually made for the movie. I'm not going to play it just yet because I want you to just picture this in your mind for a second. So the reasons it's on here, I never got to see this movie in the cinema. I was too young for it at the time. I think I was only 12. This was a 15-rated movie. So when it came eventually in Crawley, I think it was only in Crawley for like 3 nights or something, and then it came off. So the only chance I can get to see it was on VHS.
Right.
Lucky enough, Blockbuster was around. It was at the time.
Yeah.
It had plenty of copies.
What a place.
Mum rented out for me, and then finally got to see it. Now, Howard backed me up on this. When VHSs came out, especially rentals, you would have trailers before the actual film came on, right? Very much like a cinema, right?
Yeah, you did, yeah.
So you would have your trailers, and then you would have this film is certificated 15. It's not for children, such and such. You'd have the bloke talking over it, wouldn't you? You'd see him, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And then you'd have the logos, and then finally the film came on, right? So when all that had done, right, it was on the video, it was a plain black screen, and you're like, for 10 seconds, you're like, the movie starting? Is it kicking in? Whatnot? And then all of a sudden you hear this just kicking with the logo, with the New Line logo kicking in the background. The Mortal Kombat! And it goes... My God, man! So much jizz came out of me at that time. It's like, holy shit! And you got the flames, you got the logo, then the fucking title kicks in, and And I was like, holy shit, this is just the opening to the movie, for crying out loud. Yeah. But obviously this was in the trailer, this was in other parts for the movie, obviously came into the soundtrack. It's in the movie a couple of times as well, but when it comes into the movie, you know something fucking epic is going to happen in as well. Still one of my favourite video game movies of all time, but I can't deny that this has to be on there just purely for that moment when it kicks in. That is how you do an opening scene to a movie. It's like just in your face, here it is, this is what you're going to be watching. And like, good God, I can't deny how good that... I will never... ever forget that moment in my life. And that was just not even seen in a cinema. If that was just on VHS, could you imagine me in a cinema? I'd be like,
just mess.
Just mess everywhere. It'd be like a peep show. Good God.
But that's what I think is missing today.
Yeah.
Because nowadays you've got, social media and stuff like that. You don't, there's no surprise anymore.
There's no joy.
In them days, like you say, you knew the film was coming out and you'd be interested in watching the film, but there was no, you had to go to the cinema to see a trailer for it.
Yeah.
Or you had to.
I've done that a fair times in my life.
Rent another VHS for a film you wanted to see, and then see a trailer for it. But there was no Facebooks and Instagrams.
No.
There was no
sharing trailers.
Mate, there was no spoiling. Do you know what I mean? Because now I think today everyone is spoilt.
Everybody's a critic.
Everybody wants to be the one that leaked the video, and I just
say that.
I just think it's so bad. I don't.
The movie's got a really good sound, very 90s techno house sort of stuff in it, and I was like. Peak that. If you ever go back and listen to the soundtrack episode we mentioned, a lot of my stuff was 90s dance and whatnot.
Now it's one of those pieces of music. It's one of those songs that is intrinsically linked with Mortal Kombat.
Yes, absolutely. And then straight after I saw this at my house, I went straight back into town and went to Our Price. Everyone remember Our Price?
Yeah.
With fondness.
Yeah. And then we got the tape, and then we got the old Walkman, very Star-Lord style. I was bringing that into school. I was like, God, listen to this. This is the song for Mortal Kombat. It's got in the movie, and then listen to this, and like we were playing. This is when we were all in our Mortal Kombat peak at the time. Do you know what I'm saying? It was oh my God. 95 was the best for Mortal Kombat. And yeah, like I said, when that opening to that movie with that specific song, it's just done so well. Yeah. I don't know whether to watch that tonight or Side Boom. I'm still deciding.
Or both.
You're giving me the impression you quite liked it.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, mate. That's why I knocked Bryan Adams off number one.
Yeah, fair enough.
Bryan Adams was number one, but then I remembered this. I was like, I can't.
No, yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah.
That's my number one. H, what is your...
I don't know if I'm going to top that.
Yeah, you totally can. You totally can, mate. Come on.
Right, so the number one monster hit is Eye of the Tiger by Survivor.
Nice. Yes. Let's have it. What a classic. 80s again.
Yes. Gee.
Yeah. Why are you guys singing me out?
So what film was it for?
Just such a whippersnapper. So it comes from Rocky 3.
Nice.
Great film. I love Rocky films anyway.
Yes.
Stallone is amazing, and this one obviously with Mr. T.B.A.
Clubber Lang, isn't it?
Clubber Lang. Amazing. But you hear it on the radio again today, and would you necessarily know it was from Rocky 3? So
we would, but
I don't think Rocky 3, but people would just think Rocky full stop, wouldn't they? We would.
We would.
Not.
I would. I know.
Would you?
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
I know this one.
I'll eat my words on that one. But it's representative of a runaway hit that stands on its own without the film.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. The lyrics they're very much about the film, about achievement and success. Rising up. Yeah. But
back on the streets.
Took
your time and took your chances, mate.
But yeah, it stands alone because it is such a phenomenal hit, and everybody knows it.
Yeah, catchy as fuck as always.
And whenever I hear it, I think of Rocky 3. Just Rocky in general, and it makes me want to go and watch that film.
It's such a good motivator song as well. It's an underdog song as well at the same time.
He talks about Eminem.
Yes,
I think it's something that you would.
I listened to this as well.
You'd listen to it, maybe just get yourself pumped up at the gym or whatever. But before going out and is it a bit cheesy? Maybe it's a bit 80s, but this is a table
all
of
the
80s.
80s was cheesy.
Yeah, of course
to be honest.
it was.
Do you know what was going to go my 5?
Go on.
Hearts on Fire.
Oh, really?
From Rocky 4, because I mentioned it in my previous episode once. I was like, I've loved Rocky 4 soundtrack is the best.
And I think it was such a good follow-up.
Yeah.
How can you top a song like that? But they just
Eye of the Tiger's
about
better,
done it.
yeah.
It is better, but they just about got there with it. But yeah, Eye of the Tiger all the way.
Yeah. Big time, mate. Good shout.
So that was the monster hit. And
what is the hit, though, sir?
So I love the film that this comes from. It's not my favourite film of all time.
Right.
I would probably say it's my second favourite film of all time.
Okay.
Ooh, just misses it.
From a series of films that everybody loves, and we were speaking with G earlier. It could have been very easy to populate this list with just songs from this series of films.
Yeah, we'll go to an episode for that though.
Well, let's do.
We will.
That'll be good.
But this one is "You Know My Name" by Chris Cornell from Casino Royale.
Yeah. Definitely got to do this.
Yeah.
I'm a big Bond fan as well.
Yeah,
so.
as I am. Yeah, and you could have put so many Bond songs on this list.
100%.
Worthy songs, worthy contenders, but.
Yeah.
Chris Cornell is an all-time hero of mine. Another man we've lost recently.
Yes, he is. Yes, you're right.
Soundgarden was one of my all-time favourite bands. And when he came out with this, when I heard that he was singing this song...
Didn't he do the song for Avengers as well?
Did he?
Yeah, Soundgarden did. I swear they did. I'll go back to it anyway. Sorry.
Oh my God! You
no, go on, carry on. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're the man on that one. But yeah, Chris Cornell. I mean, I want you to play a bit more of it because when he goes, "You know my name," I just think, man, I think I love this film anyway because it's one of those examples of a perfect film.
That's what.
I will be the man behind the desk saying, prove me wrong. But this song absolutely elevates it above the gods.
Yes.
I sounded a bit dramatic there, but it really drives me whenever I hear it, and I think it's one of those songs that absolutely, it pushes it into the.
And I love how it sinks in. Like it's obviously a rock song, but it sinks in that little Bond theme in there somewhere, doesn't it?
It's got that Bond motif.
I think it's like three quarters in. I think you hear that.
Yeah. And
it's this bit of love.
Know my name.
Oh, so good.
Yeah. It's a Rabble Rousing song for me, and but yeah, what an amazing film, what an amazing song, and Chris Cornell.
Yeah, again, I love the opening thing with the cards, the theme of it goes with in the start of the movie, isn't it?
Yeah, historically we had great openings to Bond films.
This is one of my favorite. I think we talked about it on a previous episode.
It was on a remake episode we talked about.
Oh, yes, we did. Of course we did. Yeah, on the last podcast. So, previous Bond films had great opening title sequences, but I think this one, absolutely. There was such a gap between the last Timothy Dalton film and this one, and they've come back, and CGI is a lot better, animation is a lot better, and films have just, they've become what they are today. But this was just the perfect example, I think.
Yeah, 100%.
For Bond and just for films, action films in general.
Definitely.
So, yeah.
Good pick, sir.
See, as much as I like all the Bond movies,
don't go into it because we'll do an episode on it. So.
Okay.
No, I want to hear. Go on. Go on.
Well, turn the mics off. So.
No.
We don't want
go on, because people probably forget by the time we do that anyway. So go on.
As much as I love a Bond film.
Yeah.
Every time I know there's a new Bond film, I can't wait to go to cinema and watch it. And having watched all of them, Daniel Craig's 5 Bonds to me are the best ones.
Oh yeah,
I know, and she's like, in the corner because he likes Pierce Brosnan,
right?
Which are good.
No, not Pierce.
Oh, Timothy Dalton.
Yes, who is an amazing Bond.
Yes, but for me.
No, it's all because of Quantum of Solace. I can't get past it now.
Well, I still...
And Spectre.
I like the story running through all the 5.
But the other 3
I liked how it ended.
It's a nice art.
Yeah, definitely.
Skyfall's not bad.
I never said Skyfall's bad.
Skyfall's not bad.
No, trying to cheer him up.
I don't mind Skyfall.
Yeah. So
The Casino Royale is outstanding.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Well, what a movie. Yeah, that's it. Everyone's once. That's it. We're done. Honorable mentions.
I got
a shit ton. So let's just go. Go for it, sir.
I've got Space Jam.
Of course, yeah.
Romeo Must Die, Aaliyah, Try Again.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Try. Yep.
And Skyfall, which we just talked about.
What was the other one? Space Jam, wasn't it?
Space Jam.
Yeah. Every morning you up, it's time to slam. John, you got any honourable mentions?
No.
Moving on.
I had a few, but they've clashed, so they're gone.
So I'll go from. I've got 10. So normally I do about 52.
I was going to say I've got so many in here because I thought you were going to have so many.
No, I'm disappointed.
Go on, carry on.
So these could all easily have been in the top 5 for me.
Yes, absolutely
I've
same.
got to be honest. So that's why I've narrowed it down a little bit. So I've got A Kind of Magic by Queen from
Yes,
Highlander.
Yeah, nice.
It was a very fine line between Flash and A Kind of Magic because I absolutely
They
adore
are
Highlander. as a film.
equally
Good pick with Flash, though, mate.
Yeah.
Definitely a good pick with Flash.
Flash just topped it because it's an epic song. Take My Breath Away by Berlin. It had to be in there.
Yeah.
Shallow by Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. What else have we got? Lose Yourself, Eminem.
Yeah.
Christ, you got them all in there.
I know, but I think that's nice that because it shows how well done these songs were and their emotive of the film. If we've all picked it, it must mean something. I've got Happy by Pharrell Williams.
Yes,
Not normally my sort of music, but
but there's something
you
about it.
cannot enjoy that song.
Yeah, it's such a feel-good song again, isn't it?
And I love Despicable Me anyway. And it lent itself so well. You're probably going to shoot me down the face for this one.
Nah, go on, mate.
My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion.
I was going to mention it if you didn't say you can't deny how big that was for movie songs.
It was massive, and Celine Dion she is not. I wouldn't say she's one of my favourite singers, but she is a great singer. And I personally would probably never watch Titanic ever again. No. But what a great song. And being a massive romantic, it hits all right notes for me. Power of Love, Huey Lewis and the News.
Yes.
You've Got a Friend in Me, Randy Newman. Now this one, what a film. And we could probably do a separate podcast on this one, but Streets of Philadelphia by Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen,
it's one of those songs that later I heard the song and went and watched the film, and I'm not afraid to admit I cried my eyes out.
Yeah, it's all right.
Who was in it?
Huh?
Who was in it?
What, the movie?
Yeah.
Tom Hanks?
Yeah. That was Tom Hanks' film.
Of course, yes. Yeah.
So, probably, I'm beginning to realise he's one of my favourite actors. But it's this song, and Bruce Springsteen I liked anyway, but it just absolutely hit home, and it really touches you, because you can understand the lyrics and the heart that went into writing this and the content of the film. I would listen to that all day long. And then finally, number one is Kiss from a Rose.
Yes.
Batman Forever.
Which is the one that beat Help Me Thrill Me, wasn't it?
Because it was bigger, but I think it was marketed bigger. I will absolutely 100% agree with you. You two, I think, had the better hit. But this one is the one that I will always remember for Batman Forever.
Yes,
and
definitely.
When it comes on the radio and you just you listen to it and you think Batman Forever. Seal, an amazing singer.
Yeah.
One of his best as
one
well.
of his absolute stonkers. That's why that's the number one from on.
Nice. Good pick, sir.
Very good pick.
Let's go through a couple of mine. So, obviously, Never Ending Story.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, of course.
Which came back in season 3 of Stranger Things.
It did, and did you know?
Oh, hang on.
Because Lamar sang that, right? And in the 80s, at one point, I had my hair like him. Blonde and black, really long, shoulder length.
Oh, nice. John,
please dig out a picture of that.
There aren't any.
There's got to be.
Didn't have mobile phones and take pictures.
You had a Polaroid back then.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I don't think there is any. I'll have a look. But yeah,
that was your Instagram back in the day.
Right, it was. Yeah, true.
Going back to Space Jam, I Believe I Can Fly by R. Kelly. Total Power. I'm surprised no one mentioned that at some point. TURTLE Power. Come on.
That's your thing. I was expecting you.
Did you know that? Oh, fair enough.
Great,
these are very close to being on the list. Axel F.
Yes.
I can't deny that is a 80s banger. Almost Unreal, which was the song for Super Mario, done by Roxette.
Oh, wow.
Remember that?
Wow, yes, I do.
Remember that? That is a really good song.
Shit film, yeah.
Shit film, but cracking song. Hero by Chad Kroeger from Nickelback.
That's amazing.
Love Is All Around, Wet, Wet, Wet. Shy Guy by Diana King for Bad Boys.
So I was going when you talked about Will Smith earlier, I was going to mention about that.
Was you?
Yeah, Will Smith film, but what a song.
That is fucking awesome. It goes with the movie well as well. Loveful for Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, yes.
We've had the Gangster Paradise. Cry Little Sister for Lost Boys.
Oh, wow.
When the going gets tough, the tough get going. Billy Ocean.
Yeah.
Come on. Jewel of the Nile. Fucking awesome.
Again, 80s, yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Picture of You, which was for the Mr. Bean song by Boyzone. I quite like that song. It's pretty good. I've got a picture of you.
I'm going to have to listen to it again to agree.
It's a banger. It's awesome. Take a Look Around. Obviously, that's from Mission Impossible 2.
Yeah.
I Disappear. Big Gun is the song AC/DC did for Last Action Hero.
Did they write that? Right. Now, so, in compiling this list, my partner is probably one of the planet's biggest AC/DC fans. No doubt. Hands down. And she said to me, I'm almost positive AC/DC wrote a song for a film. Because I kept going through Iron Man. And I thought, do you know what? And I went through a list and I thought, I cannot find it. But she was adamant.
Yeah, well, there we are.
And there it is. And Guns N' Roses did a song for Terminator 2, but I cannot for the life of me think of the title of it.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, because that came down to Arnold Schwarzenegger's choice. So
he's in the music video as well, isn't he?
He is in the music video, and it was between them and another band. And if John can find it, but Arnie chose Guns N' Roses because he was a big Guns N' Roses fan. It was written for that film, but they never chose it.
Right, okay.
Sorry, it was written for that film, but they never chose the other one because Arnie had the eventual choice over that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So we got the pick of it.
How come he got to choose that?
Because he's
Arnie
the man.
was the biggest man on the planet at the time. He was the biggest. He was, yeah. In many ways. I'm waiting on.
Sorry, I'll carry on anyway.
Google for you.
Apollo 440 did Lost in Space theme.
Oh, yeah.
For the Lost in Space movie.
Yeah,
that is a fucking... mate, that's like 90s drum and bass for back then.
Banger.
It is, so good. Anyway, Porcelain, which was for the beach, or by All Saints. There's a great one there. I Will Not Bow by Breaking Benjamin, which was for Surrogates. It was a sci-fi
Bruce Willis. Yes,
remember that?
I know that,
That's a good one. X-Gon, Give It To You.
Oh.
For Cradle to the Grave.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Footloose, obviously for Footloose. Gotham City, which was R. Kelly's Batman and Robin song.
Oh, God.
Still My Sunshine by Len. If you're still my sunshine.
Oh, yes.
Ba-dum, ba-dum. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
you know if you hear it.
Yeah.
For the movie Go. Semi-Kind Life for American Pie.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. I Don't Want to Miss a Thing, Aerosmith.
Yeah.
For Armageddon, wasn't it? Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, whatever.
Beautiful Stranger, Madonna, Spyro Shag Me. Born Slippy for Trainspotting, obviously, as well as Ziggy Pop. Lust for Love. Did we mention the U2 guys for the Mission Impossible theme? That's on...
So that was Edge and Adam Clayton.
That's it, that's the ones. That Thing You Do, Tom Hanks' movie.
Yep.
You ever remember that one? B-52's Flintstones theme.
Oh, yeah. I like the B-52.
Yeah. Orbital did the thing for The Saint when they released that film.
They did.
Again, absolute banger. Nice remix of that. Confusion, which is the Blade theme from Blade.
Yeah.
Yep, can't do that. Love Song for a Vampire, which is done by Annie Lennox for Dracula.
Yes, yeah.
What a star.
And All for Love. Does anyone remember this? It was done by Sting, Bryan Adams, and Rod Stewart.
For Zorro?
No, not for Zorro, for Three Musketeers.
Oh, Three Musketeers, that was it. Yeah.
I've got two more.
Yeah, go for it.
Sunflower, did you say that? From
No, not Sunflower, I didn't say it, no.
Or Spider-Man.
For Spider-Man, yes,
and
of course.
And also, remember we were talking about the other day, Evanescence?
Yes, for Daredevil. Yeah, absolutely right, yeah. Bring me back to life. Yes.
So what were you saying about Guns N' Roses?
The song they did for Terminator 2.
You Could Be Mine.
You Could Be Mine.
That's
that was
it. There we go. Yeah, because John kind of plays it on his little stereo thing. Wow, guys, I really enjoyed that episode. Yeah. That was a lot of fun.
That was good.
They did a lot of movie songs.
Practically 90s versus 80s.
It was 80s versus Gen Z.
I was handicapped.
But you can't. Well, you were kind of outnumbered, mate. But we appreciate you coming on because it's nice to hear your side of the story. Yes. You get how you got into rock music and stuff and whatnot. Yeah. So, I mean, I didn't know John was a Prince fan in this episode. So,
and he met you too.
And he met you too. Yeah.
I think we've got 4 generations. So when you go through like Gen X, Gen Z, there's 4 of us here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we had 80s, 90s, and Gen Z.
And John, who was the silent generation.
Oh yeah, and you had the 2018 song, didn't you? Yeah. So yeah, all of it was in there. So you hear that, fans? You can't come out. It's just saying it was just 80s. Right. So I think, shall we end it there, guys? Yeah. Thanks, guys. So if you like what you listen to, follow us on Facebook at the M.T.V.B podcast, or on Instagram at M.T.V.B podcast 197, or TikTok at M.T.V.B podcast 1. I'm your host, Anthony, followed by
H, the man with 2 lists.
Gal, aka Grey Fox.
And John Whiff, AK-47.
Nice. Guys, thank you so much, Howard. Thank you for coming back again.
Thank you very much.
No. Thank you, man.
I insist, guys. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Good night.
Hey.